Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place.
Oh my God, we're doing it. We're having it. It's showtime. It's Michael Ray Bauer night, everyone. That's right. Thanksgiving Eve. I think it's tomorrow. Yeah. And Michael Ray Bauer night. New holiday. All right. And we've got a guest in addition to Michael Ray Bauer who's going to help me out with some questions. You might know him. You might not. You probably don't. But anyway, it's Kevin. It's Kevin Dumbfuck is the name he goes by. I think it's his given name.
Yep.
Kevin, how are you?
Christian name, actually.
Christian name. Okay.
Yep.
And Kevin, have you heard about our guest?
I have. We talked to him a little bit backstage. He's a very, very nice guy, a gentleman, and I want everybody to be very nice tonight.
Yes. No, this is a shithead-free night.
Yes. We just got off a shithead stream. We don't need another one.
We had a shithead stream earlier. We're good on those tonight. We're full up.
Full up.
All right. Well, without further ado, Mr. Michael Ray Bauer. Woo! Michael, how are you, sir?
I am blessed, and I am happy to talk to a piece of corn and to meet Kevin and address a lot of imperfections. How about that?
Oh, man.
Nice.
Dude, it's great to see you. Great to see you.
Hello to everybody out there in the CORNdiff propane world.
That's right.
It is different propane.
Yeah. CORNdiff, different propane.
I love your monotone voice. It's actually very soothing. You should make a living reading books, like late at night or something. The Tale of the Ocean will soothe your soul. I could probably fall asleep very well.
Oh my! Well, yeah, no, I've heard some ladies say something similar, but I try not to play into that too much.
What about some corn ASMR?
No, the closest I've done to that is the like ASMR of like when I open up a new Lego package and I'll hold it up to the microphone. It's just tearing of the plastic. Yeah.
Everybody loves Legos.
Michael, I do. I am an adult fan of Legos. I have a bookshelf full of them.
Boy howdy.
Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No,
I didn't mean to cut you off. Are you the type of person that do you buy a set or build off of like a memory, or and then if you do buy a set, do you glue the pieces when you put it together so that way you built it and it can never be redone, and then you can set it on the shelf or anything?
I'm horrified right now, Michael.
Yeah, me too. That's scary.
No, that's terrifying, don't it? Never glue your Legos, children.
That's some commitment.
But that is commitment. No,
I'm not ready for that kind of commitment.
I definitely build them off of instructions, though. I'm not. I can't freestyle it or anything of that sort. But it's fun. But yeah, God, no, never glue them.
And by the way, I love your setup. I love how you had the intro, the music, and you got the background.
Oh, thank you.
And again, I'm hoping to do a podcast in the future just to have a little bit of creativity and talk to to
Oh yeah.
And I just wanted to share, I'm very proud of you, brother. Like, I really am.
Shit, yeah, man. Thanks.
Really nice.
It means a lot. Is there anything you can tell us that you've got lined up or in mind for your podcast? What your vision is, or anything of that sort?
I'm I'm just happy to finally do something instead of lying in bed feeling depressed or whatever with my issues. But I mean, I've worked with a bunch of amazing people, and we've recently had some reunions with like former actors and like director friends of mine. I'm trying to make a comeback again. Let's call it for the 18th time, but that's okay.
18th time's the
I
charm.
always tell it. Yeah, like I
That's
said,
what they
it
say.
just as long as I'm doing, yeah, as long as I'm doing something positive in my life, and if even I go back to Hollywood for one small job or maybe a small part in a movie or whatever, that to me is a comeback. Because when I was doing nothing for many years, that is a comeback to me. Honestly, I'm a very humble guy, or I try to be. But at the end of the day, yeah, I got some potential guests, like, and I'm gonna say this, and I hope I don't jinx it, but I'm friends with Bob Gale, one of the creators of Back to the Future.
Oh,
I worked with his brother in a movie called what was the name of it? Captain Nuke and the Bomber Boys. It was a Roger Corman movie, like in the '90s. And Bob Gale, the creator of Back to the Future, his brother wrote and directed that movie that I starred in. So I met Bob Gale a bunch, and then I did some adventures with Bob Gale. And this is a good story, so I hope you don't mind if I say it.
do
But
it.
Bob Gale created a choose your own adventure technology in the 90s, or let's call it the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't forgive me, I forget dates. But so they filmed the movie, and it was like a choose your own adventure book, but in a movie. So every time the character on screen would, like, have to make a decision or go down a hallway, it would come up on screen. What do you want the character to do? Then it was in a movie theater, and they had like these joysticks with A, B, C, or D, and then the audience can make
Really?
the choices, and then the mathematical computer would figure out the highest percentage for each choice. Then the movie would loop to that adventure. And it was only like 30 minutes long, the movie or the adventure. And I was one of the people in the adventure movie with Bob Gale. So I worked with him a little bit. So he told me, he said, yeah, once you get all your stuff together, I'll gladly come on and be a podcast guest. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, that's the guy from Back to the Future,
Do it.
a gift. Plus, I'm gonna have a lot of 90 stars and actors. Hopefully they'll come on if I'm not too depressed or putting out ridiculous videos all the time.
Nah, they'll come on. I'm sure they will. You just gotta put on a.
Yeah,
put
but
on
that's
a
what I'm
happy
doing,
face.
brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man, and the Back to the Future shit, that's cool. I've got right behind me. I'm surrounded, like, as I look around, I'm surrounded by Back to the Future shit. There's a flux capacitor. I have the two Lego DeLoreans,
We
all
can't
of the
see
movie
any of it.
posters. Yeah,
I
oh, you
just
don't
see-
see that?
I
It's
see
back there.
corn.
Oh, just my watermark, but it's back there.
Yeah.
And no, huge Back to the Future fan. That's gonna be awesome. I bet you could even land the corn on there someday if you play your cards right.
You know what? I'll be honest with you, man. You guys all seem pretty damn cool, and whatever happens, happens. But I'd be honored, man. I'd be honored. Thank you.
Man, look at there. Dude, what? So let me see here. I was looking at your Wikipedia, Kevin. This is where you're good for filling in.
Well, okay.
No,
I was telling people about the show just so they could tune in.
yeah.
I'm
do
like
that.
fucking donkey lips on the show. I'm trying to get more people to maybe like 2 more people.
Well, so all right. So all right, you
gonna
keep
get
doing
mine.
that. Then. You're doing good. You're doing great. The looking at your filmography on Wikipedia, I had no idea that you've been on so much shit. Like, I mean, I say that in a good way. You've been on so much stuff. Like, okay, you were in Dude, Where's My Car? I think a lot of people know that. Evolution.
Yeah,
I didn't know
let me
that.
be honest with you too. Like, since I think about my career, sometimes I look on IMDb, and then I start to realize there's a lot of things that I've done, like maybe that were not as popular, or like pilots that were only for producers or stuff like that, or commercials, or little jobs on independent movies like college films,
Yeah.
and they're not on IMDb, and I'm like, I wish I could see them there. So if it looks like I have 70 things, in a weird way, I wish it would say 100. You know, like,
Right.
but there's a lot of stuff that's not really on there that I'm proud of everything I do. You know,
Yeah, and
at the end of the day.
you were in, was this was the video game Bully?
Yeah. So back in the days, I mean, everything's a long story because I talk a lot. But I started to do to try to get a voiceover agent to do voiceovers, and then I connected with these video game people, and then they brought me in, and I did sessions, you know, for some money, and then I would go to a session and I'd read all the characters, not all of the characters, but whatever they presented me as an actor, and I would read, you know, do this line, do that line, do this character, and then I don't know what ends up in the game because I'm not really a gamer. So I told everybody, I think on the last podcast I was blessed to be on, I'm in these games. I honestly don't know where. So if you recognize my voice and you film the video games, send me a copy because I don't know what's going on.
You heard him, people.
I go in there as an actor, and then they tell me to say this line, do that line, grunt, bear, use the force, Luke. I don't know, whatever the hell they.
Yeah,
make
you
me
were in
do.
a Star Wars, the old Republic.
Yeah, but I've never played the game. Like, apparently it's open world. You got to travel to planets.
They should
I
at
don't know
least
what
give you a
character.
copy.
Am I a Jedi? I don't know.
They should at least give you a copy.
What you would think, dude, I'll be honest with you, even the movie Evolution I did, which was a big correct contract, and they're slated, they're forced to give you a copy of the movie when it's released. It's in contracts. They never sent me one. So are they in violation, DreamWorks?
I think you have a case.
Have you seen the movie?
I haven't.
Me?
Yeah. Have
I seen Evolution?
Yeah. Have you ever seen it?
I was in it. Of course I saw it.
Well, I know you said they didn't send you the copy, so.
There's probably people.
Oh,
I bet there's people that are in movies that don't watch them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they don't want to, like, a lot of comedians
not
don't.
me, man. I'm proud of everything. I get excited. That's my life. Let's go. Let's go to the movie premiere. Hey.
Oh, and now
Like a little kid in a candy store.
Do you watch your own videos back?
Not to derail things, but I'm legally obligated when a super
Not
chat
really.
comes in to do this.
Well, super chat.
So, Tiff just tipped $10. Thank you, Tiff. Cheers. Thank you. Great laugh.
That's cool. What is that?
That was Corn
That was a
laughing.
sound effect.
That was.
He might have got a sound effect from me one night while
He was
I
a
was
little
drinking
drunk.
on stream.
You want to hear it again?
Is this Streamlabs? This ain't StreamYard, is it?
That was
No, this
Restream.
is Restream we're in.
We're all
might
off
check
brand
that
over
out.
here.
I like it.
I'm trying to learn which one works better.
I've tried.
I don't have the technical skills, so I'm
Me
trying to
either.
figure
I
out
don't
which
even
one's
have-
easy for me to
I
look
don't even
at.
have hands, Michael, and that's how great Restream is.
Yeah, man. Are you worried about tomorrow?
I'm just gonna lay low.
Yeah,
That's my
I mean, you might have to like disappear, because tomorrow is the day where a lot of corn is going to be consumed.
Dude, I'm nervous right now. I know you've been eyeballing me this whole time.
Would you?
I have, man. I got a stick of butter right there, lying in the heat, getting ready to absorb you.
Shit. Would you
Plus, I
believe
live
I've
in-
seen corn eat corn?
Oh shit, you have, yeah.
I have seen corn eat corn. He's a cannibal.
Yes. Corn. Yeah, well, you know what? My stance is there's too many
Oh,
of us.
you,
Let's stem
this,
the herd.
have you seen him eat corn as the corn?
Yes,
character?
on the cob. It's disturbing.
Yeah, I lock eyes. That's the only way you can
It's
eat corn if
it's
you're a corn.
rough.
You have to lock
It's
eyes.
rough.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you go in one way and then you still come out the same way? Like nothing changes.
It's just our secret. It's
Yeah, why
like,
do you do that, corn?
It's just what we do. It's our adorable little thing we do. You know,
Little
we just
trick.
like to come out and remind you, hey, remember me? We had a good time.
Yeah. Pretty funny. Pretty funny how you have a big piece of brown dookie and then all of a sudden yellow corn in the same shape that it went in. The hell is that? Then you can eat it again. I'm not saying I would. But you could. Think about it.
But you could. You're right. You know, let's go down
I
this
don't know if
road.
I'd do that.
So-
That's a rough one.
I mean, I guess you could take the.
I do not eat my own poop.
Okay, good.
All
Just
right,
making
this is
sure.
going to be a meme now forever, I'm sure. I'm sure this is going to be a
So we
meme.
can send you some
No, I
food
do
if
not.
you're hungry.
But it's the
Please
cellulose.
don't eat
Why I
shit.
wouldn't?
It's that translucent skin that's usually what's left in the corn. So it's kind of like a pepper shell. So I think if you did retrieve it from the excrement, then you might be able to stuff the tiny little corn kernel like a little stuffed pepper.
With more corn.
Poor shit.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's a corn
Yeah.
eating corn
Little-
stuffed with
Little
corn.
corn sausage mix or something. Spice.
That's a weird Matrix world. Corn eating corn stuffed with corn.
It's a corn eat
wow,
corn
that
world.
is like a Matrix trip right there.
It's pretty meta.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, that's that word, meta.
it's pretty intense. Yeah. Mm. Wrong one.
Oh,
Then there's
Oh,
corn
he's-
dog.
corn dog diff.
Corn dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
Corn dog dip. I like your
Not the other
lips
guy.
with that. It looks it's like supple.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you have an OnlyFans for corn porn?
There you go.
Not, it's in the works. I'll tell you that. Check my link. Keep an eye on my my link tree for that update.
Oh my goodness.
Believe me, if I can find a way to make that happen, I'll do it. I'll just put an ear of corn and lots of scantily clad outfits and shit. I don't know.
I'm sure somebody would actually like it. What is it called? There's a different kink for everybody.
Yeah. And why?
There
why
sure
not?
is.
Dabble Storian just tipped $1. Woo! Boy howdy. Now what did we have? So up here.
Somebody had a gun in America to do that? That's incredible. I thought they were being taken away. They're still here?
Oh yeah, I'm in Colorado. We got all our guns here.
For now.
All our
Good.
guns.
For now.
Hey, shut up, stupid corn.
Little lemming.
Little
I
Lemmy,
remember
yeah.
a video game called The Lemmings or something like that. That was a good video game.
Oh yeah, I think I played that little tiny little.
Yeah, the little creature or the things you have to control.
Yeah, they
Lemmings,
look like
right?
little dolls or some shit.
Evan, what does it say?
Evolution was legit
Go on,
one
sorry.
of my favorite movies growing up. Says Little Lemmy. Yeah,
Thank you. It tanked in the box office, man. That was a whirlwind, though.
you think
It tanked in the box office.
was it a promoting thing? You think like they didn't promote it well?
It was a weird process because, like, when we did the movie, it was an $80 million budget, right?
Damn.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in like an $100 million budget movie. And they started promoting, making posters while we were filming. There was articles being written, and then they were starting to make action figures. There was an animation evolution, and they got my voices for one of the characters, and we started doing voices while we're filming the movie. And then it was one of DreamWorks' first movies. They had a movie, I forgot the name of it. Was it Peacemaker, maybe? Or Widowmaker, Peacemaker, with George Clooney. But we were one of their first flagship movies with DreamWorks because they became DreamWorks SKG under Spielberg, Katzenberg, and Geffen. And we were like, they considered their next Ghostbusters because it had like Ivan Reitman. We were called Alien Busters. And, But Shrek came out when we were about to, and Shrek ruled the box office. So then they rushed the finishing production of our movie, and they made it to come out like in April instead of June. And then they rushed our movie out because they wanted to win that that box office before the summer. And so they rushed it. They didn't have too much of promotion ahead of it. And again, I don't know what happened, but people didn't go. It made like $38 million in its entirety of a 3-week or 4-week run or whatever it was, like only 40 million.
Wow.
But it became a little bit of a classic on VHS and DVD, and especially streaming.
Yep.
And now it's like one of those, oh, if it's on, you're going to have a good time when you watch it.
I thought it was a fun fucking movie. I loved when that came out on like I think my mom had like one of those boxes you get everything. Came out on like some streaming service or something, like one of those on demand or some shit like that. Yeah, I watched it all the time. It
Yeah.
was great.
We had a 3-picture deal, a possibility. Sorry, not a 3-picture deal.
An option.
There was a possibility of an option where it stated the money if they did a second part, and we would have the option not to do it, but whatever. But we signed it, but it never came to fruition.
Oh, I've got one more here. Devil Storian, $1. And $2, Desiree Cantone. And I think Dabble Storian has a comment. I don't know why it's on.
He was
Desiree?
asking if you want if he put something in a tip if you'll read it. And I said yes.
Yeah, Desiree is a very special person in my life.
Well,
So
it shows up on.
she's supporting you
Oh, hey,
guys.
Desiree.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Desiree.
Boy, howdy.
No, Kevin. I was saying the comment came up in Stream Elements, but I don't see it anywhere here in Restream. But the question from Dabble Storian is, will Michael Ray Bauer come on Daylaw's Dishonorable Discharge in January? Sounds like there's another podcast. I know of this guy Daylaw. I'd say it's a safe bet, but yeah, I think that's what they're asking. It's a show about. Well, hold on. Maybe I should have read a little further before I vouch for them so much. It's a show about premature ejaculations and other sex advice. Hi Corn, hi Citizen M, hi Fearless, hi Bree, my Cutters, hi Greg. Subscribe. Okay, hi Devil Story. Thank you, Devil Story.
I'll answer it if you.
Yeah,
I might well answer for myself. I'll be honest. Like, I ask everybody if they're able to. I would always ask for a guest fee because, unfortunately, with real life, if I don't really have a regular job and this is what I'm trying to do to make a living, I always ask everybody if you're able to, can I get a guest fee? But I do like to research podcast or kind of see what they're about. And I don't always want to be the joke, because I know at times my life to other people, oh, it is a joke, but that's okay. But I just don't always want to be the joke. But So again, depending on the humor, if I'm into it, I mean, I'll be on anything. If you guys could hook me up with some money as a guest fee, I'd be honored, and we'll look into it. But I might.
Where can they reach out to you at?
I'm sure if they're on any of my socials or if they know my YouTube channel, I got emails and descriptions there or DMs or whatever. Unless if I've ever blocked you because I got mad or whatever, then I'm sorry. I even remember.
It happens.
How do they contact you to get unblocked?
One of the other platforms.
Well, again, if I have 5 platforms, I'm sure I didn't block them on all 5.
No.
Yeah, find them on another platform.
You never know. Some of these guys are, pretty shitty.
I get it. Again, but I love the fact that they even feel honored to want me as a guest. Whatever humor they have. I get it.
I've chatted with those guys in different Discord chats. I think, and I mean, I think they're a good group. I don't think you'd have a bad time.
Yeah, I just, no disrespect to anybody with small podcasts or small films or small movies, but I still have dreams and desires of being, and I'm not saying that they are less than, I just still have dreams and desires of being myself more than, meaning maybe a bigger podcast. I would dream of going on a Rogan or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't always just want to do the small ones, but so that's why I have to supplement my income because not much is happening in my real life. So I have to ask for, to supplement myself and help me out, which I thank you all.
So you talked about starting a podcast, right? That's a plan of yours? Okay. On the equipment side, are you all covered or do you need some more equipment?
Again, that's why I was talking. That's why I was talking about all of this stuff, But I'm probably going to use StreamYard because it is kind of free, and you don't have to pay like $30 a month unless you have it.
It's pretty much the same as this, to be honest. There's not a lot of difference.
And I know where you're going, Kevin. Go ahead. It's all good, brother. I know where you're going. I know where you're going with the computer thing. Or a notebook or a pen. I get it. I'm up to date, brother. I get everything. It's all good. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not very good with technology, and we'll go there. I don't have the best computers and whatever, but I'm still blessed to have everything I have.
Do you have like I don't know. There's probably like a Michael Ray Bauer fan club, I would imagine, right? I mean, do you have like? Do you have people that you can reach out to for tech advice type stuff even?
I want to learn it myself. Like, I'm not old. I'm not so old that I can't figure some things out. It's just every day, even you, I'm sure, every day you think everything's working. The minute you turn it on and you need it, something goes wrong. My audio, this, my that, my internet is not functioning properly. Like, whatever, I don't. But you were talking about a Michael Ray Bauer fan club. This is just something weird to me, and I don't know why we're talking about it. but many years back, and they're probably still on your channel, or they might even be talking to me. But there's like these bear communities for like the gay people. That sounds so
Okay.
bad. The people
No,
that
that's
are
not- you didn't say anything bad. That's just accurate. Yeah.
I never knew what a bear was, so I started getting all these direct messages or compliments on videos or this or that. Oh, you're sexy. You're this. You're a bear. And then somebody sent me a website, and apparently there was a website for like sexy bears, and then they had pages of celebrities or actors or personalities, and then they would rate that person like as a bear or whatever. And then there was like a whole page dedicated to me, and it had videos from me, either from my YouTube where I don't wear my shirt, or from movies where I don't have a shirt, or whatever the case is. And then like all these people, but he's a 7 out of 10 bear or a chub or whatever the word. I'm like,
Cuddle.
that freaked me out, y'all. I mean, but I'm honored. I don't like men in that way, and I'm not interested in anybody else's body parts, except women. I don't know.
Three, though.
That's just how it is.
So, but it's nice to get a compliment, right? I mean, I've got compliments.
Oh yeah. At the end of the day, like I said,
feels good.
But I kind of shy away from it because I'm like, do I engage? Like, because if I engage, maybe they think that I'm interested or something.
Yeah.
And
You
then
don't go down that road.
if I turn them down and I say something like, oh, appreciate you calling me a babe or sexy or whatever they wrote, I don't know if they have anxiety or depression, or they get mad, or they built a relationship in their head or something. I don't know, man. So I kind of.
Don't sympathy bang them, Michael.
That's what I do. I disappear, man. I'm like, I don't know what to do, man. It scares me. I don't know.
Did you ever try to get any money from them?
That's wrong. That's evil way of thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, whether I need it or
Good.
not, you
Good.
don't do that to people.
Kevin.
I was asking. I was trying to feel him
No,
out.
it's a good question. It's just not who I
you
am.
know, I mean, the community we're surrounded by.
We're a bunch of assholes. Yeah.
They're a good community. Honestly, they are. Everybody,
I can say this as a Jew. They're a bunch of greedy Jews. It's all about money. It's all about a money grab for most of these guys. They don't even do a show that they like. They do a show that gets them the money.
Kevin is
they're saying, sir, my green screen is off. No, I'm afraid to put on the blur or a background.
Don't pay attention to Granny.
Yeah,
No, I'm just saying,
a troll.
I'm afraid with my
What a
computer,
troll.
like it'll mess something up.
no shit on them, dude. No, I'll turn them off.
Yeah, get out of here, Granny.
Oh yeah, Granny's the worst. Oh, that was Granny.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
of course
no.
it was Granny.
No, never. That's the worst
See?
one. Don't listen to Granny.
Of course.
Um,
He's the one who ruined the last stream we were on.
he was
Fucking
the one that
Granny.
came in hot earlier.
Damn it. Granny, I've
He's a
been
good guy.
apologizing for a half
Most
an
of the time.
hour, 45 minutes over here, you piece of shit. Motherfucker.
You ever have that one relative where you're just like, fuck, I gotta go out with that one with him again? It's like kind of like
It's usually
Granny.
me.
Well, yeah, but
We all have the relatives that affect us in life. Yeah. I was just dealing with my brother, unfortunately, addict. Now going into the hospital, liver cirrhosis, what do they call it? Hepatitis of the liver, something like that. It's on a downward trend, so it's very scary.
shit.
Cirrhosis of the liver?
I think that's
Cirrhosis,
one of the things that he has. Yeah. And hepatitis or
Hep
of
C,
the liver
probably.
or something like
Yeah.
that. So it affects his life. He's skinny. Basically, he's yellow. It feels like he's dying, which is a sad thing.
Oh, I'm
But-
sorry to hear that.
They make their choices. He's been to rehab 4 or 5 different times, and it's just sad, that I have to fix everything every time, and I have a trouble fixing my own shelf, But we're getting into
It's
some
tough.
personal shit. Thank you guys.
It's tough.
Thank you guys for the thoughts.
No, yeah, it's tough. Always being the one that people lean on for things a lot of times.
Are you an addict?
No,
Can corn be an addict?
I'm
Because they spray chemicals on you guys.
Well,
So do you become an addict?
addicted to sunshine.
He's addicted to pussy as well.
Yeah, and pussy, sunshine.
Corn's like pussy?
Corn loves
Corn's like
pussy.
pussy?
Corn can't get enough pussy.
Dude,
You'd
the
be
country
surprised.
girls can't stay away from my fields.
You are a phallic object.
It's true.
And he is
So-
ripped for her pleasure.
That's right.
You're definitely made for that area.
Hey, I've got a question about a show that this is what I mostly think of when I hear Michael Ray Bauer. Salute your shorts. Okay. Who the hell was Zeke the plumber, and why do I still feel traumatized? I don't remember anything about this fucking show, Salute Your Shorts, but I know I watched every episode. But the only thing that stands out is the terror from seeing Zeke the fucking plumber coming in from some kind of thundery night shadow shit.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Yeah, I don't even remember too.
I don't remember much of the damn show, but I know I watched it. But do you remember?
I think he enters your dreams like Freddy Krueger. It might have been a play like off of a Freddy Krueger character as well, where he enters the dreams.
Oh my god!
And he plunges.
I think you're right.
He plunges their head of like all their memories.
Oh,
and you know, so they have to live like in the dream world because all their memories are gone. And
depressing.
I think that's what I gotta watch the episode again. You know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah, but that episode, it's like that wiped out all my pre-existing memories of that show, and it was just that's the only thing I could remember was that damn plumber.
Well, Nickelodeon was a unique channel, you know, around that time, and let's be honest, in real life, everybody has a gore or like a gothic or a demon devil aspect to them. And it takes hold, and they just enjoy that stuff, you know, and it scares them. So Nickelodeon was on the pulse of it many years before. Now every movie is, you know, horror filled or this field, and it still makes money to this day. And then Nickelodeon had another show called like Are You Afraid of the Dark, where they played on that type of stuff.
I love that show.
So that was good. They did really. I've never watched it. Real horror to me was just living every day, you know, like, and nowadays it's politics, and that's real horror to me.
Yeah. Did you ever get to meet Alex Mack?
Alex Mack. Well, I know the cast members, some of the cast members. I've never, from my recollection, I've never met the main. Again, I don't even know her name.
I don't either. I remember her, and it was around.
Yeah, well, that was called The Secret World of. Yeah, no, when we were doing our show, excuse me, when we got hired to do only 6 episodes after 2 pilots, we went to not a convention, like an event for Nickelodeon as being presented as one of the 1990 shows, or 91, I think it was. And then we went to this event at a Hollywood billiards club, and then they had all the new Nickelodeon shows for that year. And that was the first year of the animation, the Ren and Stimpy, the Rugrats, like so they had all their artwork and stickers and, you know, that type of publicity for those projects. And they gave us a goodie bag or a jacket or this or that. And I never took any of that stuff because I always felt like, oh, it's not my place. Even though it's there for people, yeah. I never did. Now I'm like, man, I can sell it when I need like $50, man. Come on.
It'd be cool to have some of that memorabilia.
I was around the early days of that generation with Nickelodeon, you know, like what was the other show? The Clarissa.
Clarissa Explains It All.
Yeah, she was one of my first technical girlfriends.
What? You dated Melissa Joan Hart?
Yeah, again, we're teenagers. I don't know what the term dating is, but we would hang out, we would hold hands, and we did a couple of like award shows and stuff like that. You know, we would dance together, hold hands, and, you know, hug and, you know, a little peck. So, but I can now looking back, I'm like, hey, she was one of my first girlfriends.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Not many people do say that. I don't think. I don't really know much about her.
Yeah, get a hold of her. I haven't talked to her in a little while. It's been a while, but
I'll see if I can get her.
Hey, Michael said he's your boyfriend.
Do what?
I don't know if she thought I was.
Yeah.
Hit her up, Corn. Hit up Melissa.
See if we can get her on. See if we can reunite this, you know, lost love.
Shit, yeah.
Hey, the first, and I've gave this story on my channel many times before, but the first person I technically kissed was Fergie from the what are they called? The Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, Fergalicious, Stacey Ferguson. She was on a show called Kids Incorporated,
I remember that
and
show.
I was hanging out at KCAL, the studios, Channel 5. I went to all the game shows, Funhouse. I ended up becoming a guest on that game show. And I would hang out on Kids Incorporated. I was in the audience on a lot of episodes. And Martika and all of us, we would hang out in the dressing rooms. It was just like a fun. And then they brought a wine cooler and they played Spin the Bottle one day. And, you know, it wasn't a big kiss like you guys would think of as an adult. But I had to kiss Stacy. And that was actually like my first kiss, like even, you know, on the lips to lips. And then many years later, we didn't really continue communicating, but many years later, I went to Universal Studios, and I think I might have been filming Dude, Where's My Car? I'm not quite sure. But I like to go on the stages when I have time, and I like to see what they're filming. So there was a stage, and there was a security guard in the front. I'm like, oh, I wanted to go in and see what they're filming. Oh, they're filming a Fergalicious video with one of the Mexican rap artist or something like that. I go, really, Stacy? Stacy's here? But quick before story, I had a roommate and we were watching Black Eyed Peas videos, and I didn't associate Stacy Ferguson with Fergie. So my roommate was watching a Black Eyed Peas video, and then out of nowhere she said, "Oh, Stacy or fucking Stacy Ferguson." Excuse my language. Nice. And then I go, "Where did that name come up?" And I'm like, "Stacy, how do you know Stacy Ferguson?" And then she started pointing, "Fergie, Black Eyed Peas." Then I was like, I didn't even know. So I went to this studio, and they're filming a Fergalicious video with one of these Latin superstars, a music video. And I'm like, can you get a hold of her? You know, I want to see her. It's been so many years. And then they got an assistant director and assistant. They came out. Long story short, I said, oh, tell Stacy, Michael Bauer's here. If you can get a hold of her, that I'm outside. Then a few minutes later, they brought me in, and then I reconnected with her like in the hallway on the side stage. We hugged and everything, and we became friends again. And then she was getting married to, I think his name was Josh, another actor around that time. So she literally sent me an invite to the wedding, but I didn't go. I wasn't able to, you know, for money reasons and travel. But hey, I feel so blessed that like I've had these opportunities that millions of people never get. Oh, yeah. And since I'm alone so much in my memories, and I'm proud. I'm like, wow, I worked with those people. What an amazing thing.
That's all we are, is just a collection of memories.
That is so factual, bro.
Yeah.
Corn with the knowledge.
Right. The if there were one, I'm going to say Hollywood girlfriend that you were ever to brag about, who would it be? Or would you?
What do you mean by Hollywood? Like,
well, I mean, we already heard Melissa Joan Hart was your first girlfriend, but
I mean, no, I never. Beyond that, no other actresses.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I went out and hung out with a few girls that were trying to become actresses, or yeah, no, I just never did. I grew up liking Latin girls, and I kind of lived in the Hispanic community. Which ones? Latin the Latin girls?
Aren't they nice?
They feisty. They feisty.
They sure are.
We had a girl, you know, they call them cholas, and they have the big hairdo. And I lived that lifestyle for a little while. I went bald, and I had my gangster days where I was driving around trying to. I wasn't really a cholo, but I appreciated myself to that community, the clothing,
plaid,
the people,
top button.
Yeah, like plaid and bald head and whatever. Yeah. And we had this one girl went earlier in my life when I was in junior high, that their hair is always so long and tall. And then I had to work in the school office in my junior high. I had this one girl that she would have to go into the office every morning before school. Then either the principal or the people in the office, I forgot which one, they would pull out a ruler. And if her hair was above 2.5 inches, she had to change it or she couldn't go to class. It's
what? They had a hair
hilarious when you think about it. Yes. Holy they shit. Literally, because they don't want their school to be presented with that look of gangster or cholo or whatever. So they couldn't wear the red lipstick or the high hair. Again, you know, they wanted to stay away. They wanted to, I hate the word whitewash, or gentrification. That's what they wanted to do even back then.
So, like, Kid and Play would not have been able to have that haircut, that flat top.
That's true. You know what? They probably make an exception for that community. I mean, let's be honest. The entire world does nowadays. So, like.
There you have it. the one of the things
that was a cool hairstyle, Kid and Play. Oh,
it was, yeah. I don't really remember much about him, but it's a hip hop duo. It says. Kevin, this was maybe you remember.
What is it, like this?
Kid and
Oh,
Play.
that's the wrong one.
Well, don't play Kid and Play.
This one, is it like that? Like that kind of hairstyle?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of it. Yeah, that's very definitely high. Yeah.
Were you ever into
that's
lowriders?
That's hot. You gonna hook me up, Kevin? I'm just kidding.
I don't know her. I just Googled. I would hook you up if I knew her.
Dude, she would beat the shit out of all
feisty.
three of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She would beat up all.
That's your type, though?
I think nowadays almost anything feels like my type, but I am speaking with a special someone, so I'm gonna give that respect at the moment.
Hey.
So nice. I'm very appreciative.
Boy, how Tiger.
Des, the person earlier that I'm getting to know.
Oh, the one that super chatted earlier.
Yeah, I get mad at them.
You weren't going to say anything, and then you said it.
Completely said it. But no, yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Shit,
yeah.
I did miss this super sticker earlier. It is a pear character jumping up and down saying "#1 fan." We can't see it, but
no, Restream hasn't updated to actually show that yet. Fuck.
No, and it's a little bit of a letdown. To be honest. Unless it's got some other view that does it. No, it's not a thing. That's the only three options.
Yeah, it's a weak Restream.
Does StreamYard do it?
Oh, I do it through OBS.
Oh man, you're gonna gay up my stream with all this tech talk. I know how you are. Yeah,
pretty gay.
Let's see. And one other thing from Citizen M here, $5 super chat. Is it true you provided voice effects for when Jar Jar Binks' tongue was numbed after being stung by Anakin's pod racer?
That's funny. Misa gonna want to say no.
So it was you.
Well,
Misa gonna say I love you. I love Citizen M. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a good
guy. Yeah, no, I didn't do it. But
he's a troll. He's not a good dude.
I can see that he has a list. What's his name? Jar Jar. That's a funny character, though. Oh, Misa gonna go to the store.
Underrated, I think. He didn't get enough credit.
You think Jar Jar Binks was underrated?
Yeah, he really.
That is a hot take.
He kind of carried the franchise for a few years, I think.
That's
between Jar Jar Binks and the Mountain Dew partnerships. That's the only way that franchise is still around.
Did Mountain Dew partnership with Star Wars? I didn't know that.
Probably at some point. They've been around so long.
Yeah, I did a Mountain Dew. Oh no, was it Pepsi? I thought it was Mountain Dew Amp. I did a Pepsi Amp commercial. That was pretty funny. Where I put what are those things called? The car jumper cables to my nipples, and I had to dance for a Super Bowl commercial. Maybe you guys have seen it. It wasn't real. It was like a foam that they painted to look like jumper cables, and they had to glue it and tape it. But people, after that Super Bowl commercial aired, the next day, I was on a lot of the websites, oh, what the hell did we just watch in the Super Bowl? And then they had my dancing commercial on there. And then, but that same year, that company, Pepsi Amp, they hired a race car driver to be their spokesperson. But my commercial was more popular than that actual $1 million sponsor. Oh, yeah. And then people started literally filming videos of them dancing and putting some sort of cables or clamps on their nipples in reference to my commercial. And they started posting the videos on YouTube or wherever they could at the time. This is 2009 or 10. And then they took the commercial off air because people were possibly causing harm to themselves. So they were forced to take the commercial off air. So I lost thousands of dollars from them re-airing it. Then on top of that, the race car driver, I forgot his name, but he was like, yeah, we don't want that dancing fat guy with the nipples. This is my advertisement company. So they got rid of it
your
all.
nipples.
But man, I lost a bunch of money that, supports my life. But it did come out a few years later, like on the Mexican networks during football games, and I made a little bit of extra money. It's a good story though. Interesting.
Do you remember Scruff McGruff?
Is that the crime dog?
The crime dog, Scruff
Yeah.
McGruff.
Yeah, I kind of remember him. Yeah.
I got nothing on that topic.
That was it?
It's just, I don't know why he just
Okay.
popped in my head, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool too. But so one of the things that we had talked about backstage, I want to.
Yeah, I was trying
Go
to.
for it.
I
Don't
segued into
beat-
this
don't beat
earlier.
around
You
the
just
bush.
blew right by it.
No, I'm just going to lead into it painfully though. But the
Why not?
no.
Might as well
So
at this
there's-
point.
Have you heard of onions? No. Now there's a guy called with a show, a network, a station called
Patrick
Nobody
Melton, get it out.
the Nobody
Get
Likes
it
Onion
out.
Network.
Yes, I'm very aware of this community of podcasters, comedians, and yes, I'm very aware.
Can I?
Ne'er do wells.
I support. They're terrible. They're terrible. Yes, everything you
people.
say is going to be accurate. No, but what are
You're
your
gonna have beef now. You're gonna have beef now. Watch out, brother. You said something bad against them. You're gonna have beef.
No, they're fine. They're but that's the thing though. They're really not that bad. But what do you know about them? Because okay, here's the minimal knowledge that I have is that I know at some point earlier this year there was a videotape that went somewhere and then it got sent back somewhere. I don't have all the details. Does any of this ring a bell?
Yes, I mean, if you need me to give the lowdown rundown for the viewers, I recently,
Please.
oh, forgive me, I had I needed to supplement income a little bit, so I was forced to kind of look through whatever I might have to sell and offer off for some money to pay bills and help me out. And a VHS of a horror movie that I did that's pretty hard to find. It's a pretty cool VHS.
What was it called?
The Willies. It was like a horror movie in the 90s in the vein of Creep Show, where I have like a 30-minute segment where I'm a crazy kid with, like, I rip the wings off of flies. And yeah, it's pretty weird. Pretty
awesome.
really weird. But I had a videotape and I had to put things for an auction. And I didn't know what I was doing. I've never really done an auction before. I don't know how to do it. But I did my best. And somebody bought it. And I autographed it. I think I sent a video, thanking them or supporting them. And I sent it on its way to the person. And then, of course, I got people that are friends and fans of mine that comment, hey, they're talking about you on this show, or they're doing this, or they're making fun of you, or they're doing that, or this guy, this guy, whether it be Patrick Melton or the other guy, they bought your VHS and they're going to burn it on a live stream because you're such an a-hole or this or that or whatever. And I'm like, it hurts me. But at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, you guys won the auction. It wasn't that much money. It was like $60 or something like that. You won the auction. It's your item. Do with it what you please. Although I wish you would have respected it, because I did have to sell it from my collection, and it's the only one I had. But I can't control how people are and what they think of me and how they react. But
Did you see it getting burnt?
No.
Did you watch the video of it getting burnt?
No. I got links to the videos and the channels, and I've had run-ins before, with other networks or other comedians or people, and it just really, I don't deal with it so well. Okay,
That's fine. That's fine.
I have insecurities. I avoid drama. I got a lot of my own personal issues. I don't understand everybody's comedy. Sometimes I don't like it. So I just wanted to stay away. But of course, curiosity gets the best of me, and I click on channels and I watch a few minutes of a show here or there. And I did see, or somebody told me that, he didn't burn it and he was going to send it back, that he actually respected me and he was playing a joke or something like that.
So you do know that.
Yeah, I found out.
Okay.
Either I watched a video of him saying it for 10 minutes or somebody sent me a message back
Good.
that he sent it to you. I'm not quite sure. I get a lot of messages.
Like-
Did that make you feel any better?
you know-
Did like alleviate any concern, or were you still mad?
I'm the type of human being that even if you did something that I don't agree with or I don't like in the beginning, I don't forgive. Because you did something with evil intentions, in my opinion. You did it with evil intentions.
Right.
And then now maybe a couple of days later, I like the guy. He's kind of cool. I'm gonna send it back. I think I'm gonna give him merchandise from my show. And I'm like, at the end of the day, your intentions in the beginning were for a comedic show to make fun of me or do whatever you were doing to me. I don't know what it was. I don't agree with it. So I don't forgive.
Couldn't the intentions be to?
Did it sit any different though when you realized? Did you hear the level of detail that he put into making a replica of it to trick his audience into thinking that he was actually burning it? He never had any intention of burning it.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. That sounds like the government creating false flags. Where they got to create something. That world, again, yeah. If you got to do all these tricks and shit, even if you like me, just say you like me. And if you hate me, just say you hate me. And leave it at
Zeke
that.
the plumber wasn't a real plumber, so I don't complain about being tricked. He might not even have been a real Zeke. That's a good question. Oh my God, my childhood's been a lie.
You said the intentions were bad. What do you think his intentions were with that when he did the whole
apparently
trick?
To burn it or to create a segment for the show or something like that, or to continue possibly bashing on me because I'm easily bashable and people enjoy a train. They think I'm a train wreck and it's easy to watch a train wreck.
Respectfully, I disagree.
Yeah, could it have been just to make his audience laugh?
Again, that's their humor. It's not my vein. I look at it very differently. That's just how it is.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, you guys are. I'm not lumping you in with everybody. I'm just saying they're all creative. You all are talented in whatever direction that you're doing. But your comedy is your comedy. Comedy is subjective, and I don't consider it comedy. When people are sarcastic in my life, when they say things, I take it very seriously. And I hurt because I want to be loved by everybody, and I feel like I deserve it when I truly don't. But that's just how I'm built, man. I'm just built differently, and I need to avoid some of that stuff, and I don't want to get involved because many years prior to Patrick, and I'm sure he's a great guy and he's willing. Like I think I've heard from you, but again, it's not my comedy. It's not my thing, and I'm afraid to get lumped into that whole world because, like I said, I still have dreams for my stuff. Yeah, I still have dreams for myself as maybe being a little bit bigger or better, or maybe even reaching my heights from the past, and I probably never will. But that's not my avenue. I don't want to go down that avenue, and yet until I have to, because I feel less than.
The drama, I'm not saying, like the drama avenue, or
just
the mean. I think you just don't want to be mean.
Yeah, that's one thing, but it's also like we talked about earlier. Just I want to be more than. I want to live up to whatever potential I have left, and if I get involved in some of those worlds, me personally, I feel less than. If I'm now going into drama, podcasting, or comedy, or that type of community, which I don't like normally, but now if I have to do that for money or whatever the case is, I feel like, man, I feel less than for some reason. Like I used to go to convention. I only went to one convention one time. People tell me, go to conventions, sign autographs, do this. And I don't have the health or the money to travel all the time, whether they're paying or not. But I went to a convention and I saw actors that I respect, that I grew up watching and I love. Like one of them was Sherilyn Fenn. I had a crush on her forever. And I saw her at a convention and there wasn't a lot of people at the convention. And she was just sitting at a table for hours on end and not soliciting for money, but like wanting to make some money. And I just felt the unease that nobody was talking to her or nobody was buying her autographs because there's more relevant people that are movie stars or TV stars today than her or me. And I felt, and I lost a little bit of respect for her watching her that way. And that I never want that with somebody that I've always loved and respected. And then I started to do a couple of conventions. And then, long story short, not a lot of people recognized me. And I didn't make a lot of money. And then I felt some sort of way. You get it? Like I just felt less than. And I don't like that feeling. And
it happens.
I feel like
it's easy to get down.
Yeah, I feel like if I do like lower movies, independent movies for horror directors, a movie of $10,000 budget, they tend to give me a part. They still want me to be Donkey Lips. They still want me to be, fat guy number 3, eat a popsicle. And I'm like, wow, this is a small $10,000 movie. Can I at least be the killer? Can you give me enough respect to, at least in your small film, let me be the bad guy or whatever, not the comedic relief or to be made fun of. And that's how I feel sometimes the podcast community, the troll community. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong.
No,
but
you're
that's
saying
how
it right.
I feel it.
You're nailing it.
I try to stay away from it because I feel less than. And I don't want to be beat up all the time because I'm easily beat upable. And a lot of people tell me things. Oh, you need to do this. You need to get a real job. You need to just wake up and day. You need to fight for your life. And they are correct. They are speaking truth and facts. But again, it's hard to hear it sometimes. And, but I respect everybody. I know at the end of the day, they're doing their thing. It's just not my thing. You
know what I like to do is just kind of dip my toe in it and then figure out what it's all about and then see if it's a bunch of assholes.
Which it is.
There've been
but it's fun. It's fun to watch. I promise you, if I literally watched all of these shows and if they possibly made fun of or did events for other people, I'd probably be like, "Oh, that's pretty good. Let me watch." But then again, I don't want to be that type of person because I understand. Like when I look at the other person, I'm empathetic and I'm like, "Yeah, that shit is funny as hell, and I love it." And he did say that in the video. Let's make fun of it, and I get it. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want to live that world," because I could like it too. I could like it. I know I could.
You mentioned like two different situations there, though. I understand not wanting to get clowned on a stream or podcast, but one of them, like the convention, was like you tried something and it didn't really work out, a little bit of a failure, but then you move on, you try something else. But that's life, right? You got to keep trying and failing, and that's the only way you're going to grow. So you got to put yourself out there a little bit, make yourself vulnerable, or else, it's just status quo all the time.
Yeah, and no disrespect to Corn. That's how I felt about this show. That's how I felt about this show.
No.
I told you guys earlier. I know I'm going to get questions or whatever about, to me, sensitive subjects. And I told you earlier, I got to face my fears. I'm just going to speak from my heart. However, anybody accepts me is up to them. I can't do anything.
Dude,
that's the right answer.
You wear your heart on your sleeve, and I mean, yeah, people are affected by words and shit, and it gets to you. No one deserves all that.
Yeah,
so
I'm a pretty insecure person, and now at 48 years of age, I know that. So I just have to live up to that. I know who I am. If I don't like it, I just got to walk away. I don't need to be a part of it.
Isn't it weird becoming self-aware of shit like that in your older years?
Can you relate?
Shut up.
Yeah, how old is Mr. Corn?
9.5 inches. No, I'm
that's not true. I've seen it. He wishes. Millimeters maybe.
Now Corn's in his mid-30s.
And is that in dog or corn years? I mean, is there this corn years?
He's old as shit.
I've never figured out the conversion to that exactly, but but I don't know where to go with the
what about the laptop? I tried to segue into that. I'm just going to say laptop.
It was a poor segue. We both caught it, but
just say it.
No,
say the offer out loud, and then I'll respond.
You're just scared. You're scared to breach subject, just like you're scared right now.
No, I'm not scared of shit. I'm fucking Corn. I'm Corn. But now you made me forget what I was going to say, Kevin. You're a sack of shit.
Oh yeah, it's Flat Cat Jessica. Fuck NLO. We don't like NLO over here.
Would you do an interview? Okay, so
somebody said, "Why did I have a fallout with somebody named Chad?" I don't even know who that is. I don't know if I had a fallout with anybody. I don't know. Forgive me. I don't know who they are.
Chad. No, I've
A
never
name
met
in
a
my
Chad
head
that I
says
like.
Chad Zumach. For some reason, I remember like Facebook profiles, and I remember
Gross.
Zumock. Is that a
Ugh.
podcaster? Is that a friend?
No,
I don't
it
know.
used
He's
to
a
That's the only
be.
name
subhuman piece of shit, is what he is.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
but
used to be
I don't know if I
something.
had a fallout with that person. I don't.
You don't want to fall in with him.
Steer clear.
Again, like I said, I steer clear of most of this stuff. So, but there's
Stick-
some good people that they tend to feel the need to tell me everything. Oh, this is what's going on, Bauer. You're a POS, and this is what's going to happen to you. And
Well,
then
yeah,
there's other
sacks
people.
of shit everywhere out there.
Yeah,
Then
it
there's
sounds like
other
Citizen
people
M.
that are like, Michael, I love you. You're so amazing. But this is what's going on behind the scenes. They're talking about you. They're doing this or they're doing that. I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah.
And I kind of get mad at those people, even though they're trying to be kind.
It's
But
like
now you made me
Yeah.
aware of it, and my
You
stupid thing
you could
might
have done.
check it out for 5 minutes.
You'd have been fine. You'd have been completely fine, just never knowing that someone was a piece of
Yeah.
shit out there.
Yep,
Yeah,
they love to
I
tell
mean-
you though, don't they?
They
They
love it.
love
They
to
do.
tell you. Don't
Again,
I know?
those- Those are like, they're good people, but
No, they're
they
not.
have
They
an
mo- they
inherent need
motivate.
for
I beg to
drama to
differ.
create drama.
They motivate me.
Well, I
And
just
then
beg to
somebody
differ
said-
that they're good people. They're not all
no,
good
they're
people.
not. They're
They're
terrible
not all
people.
good people.
They're not even people
Dude,
in my
Yeah.
eyes.
Look, let's be honest.
Speed bumps.
Everybody was born with good
I disagree.
intentions until they grow old, and then they turn into whatever they are. From the real world, brainwashing you, making you hardened, making you evil, whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, everybody's made in a good image, in my opinion. And we all struggle with bad, good, evil, and bad. And it's just the path we choose to take on any given moment or any given day.
Is it
That's pretty
Is it-
profound.
possible? You know the reservations you had about coming on here tonight. Is it possible you have similar reservations, whether they're founded or unfounded, about the Onion guy? Is it possible that might go better?
Boo.
Oh, shut up, Kevin. Shut up. Is it possible that might go better than you're envisioning it?
Yeah, but again, once I have a
If you were on there for like just an interview, just a one-time interview, would you entertain that idea?
well, again, I don't easily forgive, and if I get upset for whatever reasons, I don't go back to that.
But you haven't been
Um,
there,
I got it.
so you can
No,
bail
but
at
I
any
meant like
time.
what
Same
I
like this.
witnessed, what I witnessed or I heard about, and I kind of saw on a couple of occasions. It's just not my thing, and
Mm.
it makes me put somebody in a category,
Now
and
that-
I know I don't ever want to experience that personally or again, or if it might happen. Yes, it could go a better way. Should I do it? Why not? Face your fears, handle it. But I'm just saying, at this moment right now, I'm not ready.
Not
So-
ready.
Sure. Maybe when your stream start or your podcast starts, you want to promote it because it would get you a big bump. You get a
He-
bunch of
he's
subscribers.
gotta-
Like
But again,
everyone
do
would
I-
subscribe.
No, you're completely right. But in no disrespect to each individual, do I really want those fans?
Yeah.
Again,
I know
I'm
that-
trying
I
to
know that
create a
feeling.
different community.
I do know
Like,
that feeling.
I'm trying to
In the
I'm
fans
trying
I know
to
what
create
you
a
mean.
community of heartfelt, different type of people. But unfortunately, I've cried or I've been depressed or anxiety in my videos, complaining about life and problems, to where that community found me. And then again, the Patrick Meltons or the Onions or the Zumocks or whoever,
Yeah, but
again, they took it and ran with it. And now I'm somewhat of a joke. And I understand it, but like, I'm trying to change it. I'm doing my
I get
best, man.
I
I
get
might
it.
not be
I
able
get it.
to, but I hope that I converted a few people that were like, "Oh, I don't like him. He's easily made fun of," and then they literally watch the videos and they go, "You know what? I like this dude." Like
I can.
for some reason,
I
I'm
think
connected
tonight,
with him.
yeah,
I-
for sure.
Yes. Kevin, you want to go ahead on that?
Oh,
think
thank
I
we're
just
going
say
the
for
same
tonight,
direction.
for sure. I think if you had like a co-host or something you could bounce off for your podcast, it would add a lot because it's hard to do a stream by yourself. I just speak from
You
experience.
need a job, Kevin.
No,
you need a
not
job,
me. I mean,
Kevin?
obviously not me. I'm terrible. Nobody likes me. But somebody that you get along with, you have good, you got good rapport with, you have fun with, it puts you in a good mood, and then
Yeah.
Yeah,
can
you gotta have
it
fun
pulls a
with
lot more out of you. Like this is the most I've ever
Real fun
seen
show.
you like really. I mean, I've seen you be honest and all, but this is like the most I've seen you be like enthusiastic to speak and get it out there and kind of back and forth. I
Talking
think it
about
adds
shit
another
you're
element.
passionate about.
Yeah.
I'm just coming out of some therapy, and I got a few people in my life that are helping me try to change my outlook. So that's why I'm technically at a better place. But again, in the background, I got the family stuff, and I'm very worried. Like, my brother might be dying. But again, it's whatever you choose at that moment to project is how the world will see you. So even though we all got pain in the background, we all got stress, we maybe don't have enough money to pay our bills. At that moment, that's your opportunity to present your best self. That's it.
So I will tell you one thing on that point. You start a stream. I know you may not want some of these people. They're gonna find you whether you want them to or not. They're gonna send you money. You're gonna get a bunch of money. It's gonna, if you can handle it and it's not gonna affect you too much in your personal life, then it would be a boon. You get recognition again. You'd be popular. You'd get money. You'd be more secure and happy with your life. And that would be like you fix like the main problem in your life. Everything else kind of follows.
That much.
I didn't mean rich. I just meant like take the edge off of your money problems, and that will make you infinitely happier. When you don't think about money every day, you're a happier person.
Correct. Definitely, you're completely correct. But again, will that community change, and will it be more presentable to me? Do I really want that community? Even though they give me money, it's like give and take. It's like, it's kind of like selling your soul. You feel like you're selling your soul for a few dollars or whatever.
Yes and no.
You know how sometimes you lose context?
I know, but that's how I feel. I'm not saying that's on you, Kevin. That's just how I feel.
Saying, as long as you don't change who you are, as long as you're not changing who you are, you're not selling out. You're not becoming something else. That's what I was bitching about earlier on my other stream about all these other fucking podcasts that just take money from David Chandler and change their whole podcast. Fuck David Chandler. Get out of here. Go away. You're fucking everything up. That's what I have to say. Don't do that. Don't change who you are and change your podcast and change everything just because some big pay comes in, drops us a couple grand. Be who you are. Do what makes you happy, and then you're going to be happy. You're going to have a good stream. And you're going to cultivate a good audience, not a bunch of these dickheads that are around here.
How dare you besmirch the name of David Chandler?
I'm so angry. Kick rocks.
That's funny.
Yeah, we're bashing Patrick Melton and David Chandler on this stream. They can both kick rocks. Get the fuck out of here.
So
that's so weird. It's like I got a white strip.
I don't think.
That's so weird.
Okay,
I got a white strip on my butt.
You know how sometimes context can be lost through text messages?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I notice, the YouTube chats more than anyone with anything better to do should be, and there's a lot of
on his
times,
honeymoon.
There's a lot of
the whirlpool of words is incredible.
Well, there's a lot.
Right.
There's a lot of times when the context is lost in those chats, and unless you know that person and their style of chatting, you don't know exactly what they meant, and there's a possible disconnect there too. Because my impression from the chatters of that group is that they like you.
Thank you.
That's my genuine impression. And I mean, yeah, that's.
But you did say earlier that you're going to try to convince me, no matter what you're doing. So
he's not getting to it though. He's stalling the whole fucking stream. Just stalling to get to that point.
I'm just trying to make points. I listen, man. I fucked up on the planning of this. I had no questions. This is why I brought this asshole on, Kevin here.
I've been trying to ask a question. What about the laptop? Can we get to the laptop?
All right, let's get to the laptop. So there is currently an outstanding offer, Michael Ray Bauer, and the offer is, and I'm just going to read the message here, and this is from Patrick Melton. I'll buy him a new laptop for editing if he just comes on one show. We aren't going to just be making fun of him. Real interview and talk. And I've sat at breakfast with this man, and I feel like when I read these words, I believe them. Now, I am also a very skeptical fucking Korn, Michael Ray Bauer, and I don't trust people, and you can see that because I'm an ear of corn. So I get your concerns. I understand where you're coming from. But what are your thoughts on any and all of that?
Like I said, I appreciate the offer. I really do. But again, me personally, sometimes, like I said, at this moment, I'm afraid and I don't want to deal with people. Maybe if I start watching his show and I can witness for myself the true character that he might truly be, then who knows months from now. And like you said, when I have a podcast again, if I'm feeling some sort of way in a future date about my life, I'll hit him up and maybe I'll ask him to be a guest on mine and talk about his comedy or his podcast. But like I said, as of right now, I'm not there yet. I appreciate the offer. And right now, I have to learn or I have to witness that I'm going to see something different from him.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I feel like I'm selling my soul at this moment.
Oh,
and
right now.
I'd rather be a little bit broker and still working on a POS computer than possibly doing that. Because I had a radio or podcast personality many years ago I'm not saying these are tactics, but they did all the same things. And they offered me this and that when I moved into my new place. But then every time, I didn't take any of the offers, but there's always a show about me, dissecting every picture, every video. And it's just, to me, it feels evil to watch. And I'm not there yet with Patrick. But honestly, Patrick, I appreciate you. I thank you. And that's all I can say.
The official statement right there. We got to the bottom of it.
I like that was a good idea, though. Fuck you going on his show. Have him on your show where you control the whole situation.
I like that. Power move, Michael.
That is a power move. Fuck yeah.
It's a power move, but then all of a sudden, if you got mad or what, because I have days where, like I said, I can become a different person. Anger, I could fight back, or I could try to, debate them or rebuke them. And imagine if that happened and all of a sudden, because it's my show, I'm like, click. Imagine the whirlwind of drama that would come from that. How dare he do that or cut him off, or he doesn't have the strength or the ability. Oh my God.
I don't think
no matter
so.
What you do,
I think you're reading it wrong. I think you would get like an influx of like $100 super chats.
I agree wholeheartedly with that.
From his fans laughing at him getting kicked off. Those are his fans.
We're two of his fans. But
shut up! Don't call you. How dare you besmirch my good name?
There's nothing wrong with being a fan of people.
There's nothing wrong with
people. Trust me.
You can be gay.
Nothing wrong with it.
Tell my therapist that.
I love watching every once in a while these train wreck people, because I'm probably considered one of them to a lot of people. That's okay. I understand. But like a Trisha Paytas, she's like this girl, and she vlogs pain, turmoil, this, that, problems. I can't look away. I'm just like,
Trisha.
Why do I like
Trisha
this?
Paytas?
Yeah, she did like show Ethan Klein and H3H3. Like Bad Friends.
Frenemies.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not too bad looking. She's pretty. Oh, I see why you're a fan of her there.
Yeah, she did a porn movie with one of these YouTuber twos
Got to the bottom
that has a wife, the Plug girl. What's her name? Lena the Plug. Oh yeah, they're
Lena the Plug.
First.
Yeah, her husband Adam 22.
Oh, that's
yeah. They did
okay. Yes, I know about this. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that was her name.
They did a porn with that Trisha Paytas girl, and then she's married to I think Ethan's brother-in-law, but he's like Jewish, and now the whole war is got him. It's insane, man.
You want to talk about the war for a little bit?
Go ahead. You ain't gonna get nothing out of me.
Let's go to the war.
I'm still technically thinking I'm in Hollywood.
Oh, so you consider yourself a Jew, like me?
In our eyes, you're still in Hollywood.
What? Can I even say that word? I don't think
Jew?
So.
You can say Jew.
Chew.
Well, that seems worse.
Just a sneeze.
That
seems worse.
Just a puff of moisture.
Maybe you would say Jewish. I don't know why. How did a Jew become a slang? It's just
beloved chatter. I'm a big envelope.
It's the same word it's the same thing as the color black. Anytime you say that word, or you say the color.
Beloved.
Why are we so afraid? It's just a word. It's a color.
What do I call my shirt and my hat?
What do you call your shirt
exactly.
and your hat?
What color are they? If I can't say that word.
You shat.
It's that guilt. It's what do they call it nowadays? White guilt or whatever it is. Relax.
Beloved chatter.
Stop being guilty.
$9.99.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Fucking bass Bauer. I love it.
You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. Relax.
Oh yeah.
Boy howdy.
Stop being afraid of everybody of different persons of color or whatever. What are the diversity, equity, inclusion words?
All right. Turn them down. I'm a big NLO fan, but an even bigger Bauer fan. I'd love to see you two together, but I love you more than a friend regardless.
See, there,
Oh,
beloved
you know what?
chatter
I know
would
that
send
name,
you a bunch
Below
of money.
Chatter. I know
He would
that
send
name,
you a
Below
bunch of money.
Chatter.
You got to
Dude,
start
I
a
think
stream, man.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, it's tough for me to get online and stream, even with a podcast, because I tend to like want to be online for 3 hours because I have nothing else going on. Then on top of that, when I sit down too much, sometimes my body, my anxiety, my blood pressure, it starts to feel some sort of way, and then I have like little things that I need to get offline. It's kind of scary, you know. It's little health things that I don't know if I can solve.
Do you have ideas for the podcast name yet? Because I'd like to suggest some sort of way.
I'll be quite honest with you.
Good.
I have like, I can't really give all the suggestions, but I have like 8 of them, and they're all different and they're all unique, and I don't even know what it will end up being.
Check the domain names first. Find out on your list which ones have domain names available.
I've done that with all of them, so I've come down to a list of like 8.
Don't say them here and buy the domain before you say them anywhere.
No,
these
you're
fuckers
exactly
will buy
right.
it. These fuckers will
Go
buy
ahead
it
and
right
buy
now.
it, but I don't think I'm going to use this one. But they always wanted it, and many years ago, I always had thoughts of the Michael Bauer Power Hour. Sounded kind of interesting.
Sounds like a drinking show, though.
Kind of tumbles off the tongue.
You know what a power hour is for drinking, though?
No.
Sort of sounds like that. It's like
take a drink every 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Really?
Yeah.
That's
power
the
hour
drinking
is a drink
community. I
every
don't know
60,
that.
like a little bit of beer every 60 seconds or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't
Well,
sound like much, but
it's a lot.
I should tell people to pay me for shots or alcohol, you know, because that way you can earn some more income, and then they get you drunk during the show. But my brother's an alcoholic and ruined his life, so I got to steer clear of that stuff, man. Maybe I have that gene in me, you know. I don't know. I have drank before, and I have done it for a while, and I don't ever want to do that again. But that was one of the names of it. But I don't want the show to be named after me. Like, who am I? Like, really? Like, yeah.
Are you gonna do like a network like the Michael
hold on,
Donkey Lips Network?
I think I had a thing called the Bauer Network on a YouTube channel many years ago. I had dreams of creating a bunch of channels on YouTube. Again, those are just dreams, but yeah, I called it the Bauer Network, so it's kind of funny.
What's wrong with your name?
No, nothing's wrong with it, but it's just, I don't know, it sounds really dumb. I don't know. I want to steer clear from it. I want to send a message or something with a different name or a comedic term or something like that. Like, I just don't want the show, again, it's another project about him. He always, in his videos, he talks about him. Just one of the things I'm trying to stay away from. I don't want to act like I'm special or better than anybody. And then maybe the show could go on. If I ever passed away, somebody could take the show and it's not called the Michael Bauer Power Hour. You know, it's called something else. I don't know. Those are just
you want to be able to pass it down.
I think too much, man. I got an overactive brain. She'll forgive me.
Do you keep a notepad nearby to write down ideas?
I mean, I keep a lot of notes. Not really in a pad. Yeah. For comedy, I do that. I do that nowadays too. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do some comedy, like in comedic theaters, like the Improv, and cause I stayed away from that my whole life, and
I know a Vegas.
I'm good at it. I know I'm good at it.
Don't go there, Corn.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Go ahead, do it. Go, let's go.
No.
Whatever's on your corn mind.
No, I was backtracking. I said I know a good Vegas comic, but no, it was back to Patrick. But moving on, Citizen M.
You are a Patrick fanboy, bro. You love him. You love him. You want to marry him.
Don't make me get hateful, Bowers. Citizen M, Super Chat $5. Love Bowers interview. El Horrible versus WATP clips coming all too soon. Whatever that means.
That's a good shout out.
Then
for their show.
Yeah. Little Lemmy, Super Chat, $30. For Microwave Bowers, no soul required this time.
Oh, maybe that's the name for the show.
$30. Nice.
But maybe they're calling it No Soul Required. That's interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That's a very interesting name.
No one take that. It's Michael.
But it's very interesting. But is that saying I don't have a soul to do the show? Again, I look at words sometimes backwards and forwards, but that is an interesting name. That's very memorable.
Yeah, sticks out.
I don't think she's saying that about you.
That's fine. I'm good. I like it though. It's very interesting.
Citizen M.
Gaga.
Gal.
Yeah, big money, $2. Woo, big money, Citizen M.
Well, there we go. Okay, and let's see, shitload of chats. Does any? Oh, and Lemmy, by the way, the one that super chat, that she's in the middle of, like, what is it, a 40-day or 50-day? She's been streaming for like 20 days straight now on Twitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Like all day, all night.
Oh, how do they do that? How do they sleep?
I don't know. I don't think they do.
I
How
heard
do they
she
masturbate?
sleeps. She
Do
sleeps
they have
on
people
stream.
watch them? Like, what's going on?
I think they put up a blind for that.
Does it in the bathroom when she's shitting? Maybe
it's a 40-day. Yeah, it's a 40-day
birds in
stream.
one stone.
Yeah, no shitting allowed for 40 days.
Is it a gentleman or a woman?
It's a lady.
It's questionable.
Okay.
Or
All right, let's talk about gender ideology. Let's do that topic for today's session.
I'd rather not.
Michael, how do you feel? Is a woman or is a woman a man?
Michael, on your favorite two fingers, count how many genders there are.
2. Easily said. Let's go. Y'all can fight me on it. It's all good.
I mean, we're finding out a lot about Bauer today, and the more I hear, the more I like.
I like. That's the thing when you get to know him and you
3.
open up.
Corn.
What?
3. There's 3 of them. Corn is a gender, apparently.
Oh shit! It is. I forgot. Well, I don't know. Corn kind of.
Or corn falls under the category of man and woman that the doctors and scientists prescribed us at birth. Again, I understand the philosophy behind it. Yes, a woman can be a man if they choose to be, whatever. It's because you got a luxury to choose to be whatever you want. But at the end of the day, with the scientists, the doctors, and whatever they created, and in the Bible or whatever, man and woman. So that's what I'm going to live by. Y'all can change it. You can do whatever you want. But to me, again, I live in a conspiracy world, so I can see a path where there are, flaws behind any philosophy. But I was taught that there are 2 genders, and that's what I believe. So we'll move on from there. But you can become a woman later in your life. You can become a man, whatever you want to do.
What are your thoughts on transsexuals? I'm a fan.
What are my thoughts on them? I shouldn't have any.
Can you name your top 3 favorite transsexuals?
I don't. The only ones I know are on TV. They're not my favorites or anything, but the ones I see on TV. Like if I have to make a top 5, what is it? RuPaul. I don't know any other ones. Sorry, guys.
Don't answer. Huh. Don't answer.
I just don't know. I'm not really into that world, but I have no problem. Whatever, just. You have to live that.
Race.
What was that movie?
Fun.
Crying Game. Remember that movie? That was when everybody thought somebody was a woman or something, and then by the end of the movie, you found out they were a man.
Do you remember what he did when he found out? Do you remember what he did when he found out?
Did he continue?
No, he threw up a lot.
Oh, that's right. Is that what he did?
Yeah, he threw up a lot. A lot.
How did she or he? Sorry, I'm not trying to misgender. How did they feel?
Oh, well, they knew. I think she knew she had a dick, so it wasn't a surprise to her.
No, but after seeing him puke, imagine as a human being how you would feel.
I think I turned the movie off after that. I was like,
yeah, imagine how you would feel. That's interesting.
Now, have you heard of Blair White?
Dude, is that a girl? Has she been on Timcast?
Yes. Yep, that's the one.
I think so.
Is she like a political girl?
That's the one.
I think she is. Yep. Yeah, I don't follow her because I don't know shit about politics.
Is she a man that is a woman?
Yep.
No, she's a beautiful, large.
Yeah, that's to say. I think she's very, very good looking. So if she's a transgender, then she's a very beautiful one from the outset, definitely.
I mean.
She did the Illuminati symbol in one of those pictures.
What? Where? Oh, that.
Or they would call it the Magna or the 666.
Learning way
I'm
more
into
than I thought it was.
symbolism. I'm into symbolism and the study of it and a lot of things because I live in that conspiracy theory world and
Gotcha.
I like that stuff, man. It's good for my brain.
Well, it's fun. It's fun going down rabbit holes, and they're a great source of shit like that.
Yeah, Blair White though, if she is a man, then I guess I have to say I'm attracted to a man. There you go. But I'm bum.
Bam! You heard it here, folks. You heard it here. Now, the one that I think's really gonna get you, because this is one that this is the first one I'd heard about from old Jimothy Norton, the comedian.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Have you heard of
J.
a lady named Bailey J? Now I can't click on some of these images. But,
no, I hope your safe search is it's on.
safe search on. Yeah,
It says safe search blurring is on.
Okay, good deal.
You are okay.
Okay, so this is Bailey J.
She's got a fucking hog on her too.
Okay, Kevin, that's where you
Thick
go
piece.
to immediately. Is the hog? We have guests.
Just letting them know.
Okay.
So what is this personality? Is she like an Instagram model or whatever?
She's just a lady with a penis, and that's the topic.
Oh, so,
that we were on.
well, another good looking. Again,
It's
the lines of
right?
reality are blurred
Again.
nowadays. The lines of reality are blurred. That is a beautiful. I don't know if the word is creature, man, woman, whatever, but again, with makeup, the lines of reality is all blurred. So
It's what a time
It's
to
very
be alive,
scary.
right, Michael?
hey,
time
man,
to be
you
alive.
never know if you're hooking up with somebody that beautiful, and then you find like the crime game. You find out you might have to think about it. In that moment, you're like, you look around. You're like, I don't know. I like the upper half. I'm really into it.
We've got
might
a
have
super
to-
chat from beloved chatter. Super chat $9.99. Thanks for singing the Bubble Guts on your streams. Fuck yes, we love that. Just good natured ribbing. Ray DeVito would be a good co-host for Bauer. Yeah, he probably really would. Do you know who Ray DeVito is? He's got a hot sauce that sold very poorly, but that's about all that can be said about him.
What was the name of the hot sauce? Do you know?
I bought 9 bottles of it, and I still don't know
I
the
have
fucking
no
name of it.
idea.
I think I'm the
Yeah.
only one that bought the damn thing.
No,
I think it was either
I know
Patrick or
I know
whoever.
another person that bought them.
Yeah, I never
Oh,
had.
somebody
I should try it. I like to try it, but I guess when I made that joke about bubble guts or that song, I guess Patrick or some of the other shows made it a clip and made it like a good meme or a funny meme. Whatever, that's fine. That is who I am. When I'm in good spirits and I'm able to do stuff like that, I appreciate it.
Michael, I can't
So,
thank you enough.
Bubble
for that
guts.
Michael,
I
can't
have the
thank you
bubble
enough
guts
for that
a lot
clip.
of the times.
There are so many times that me and my wife both will just be walking around like idiots, happily singing the Bubble Guts. The Bubble Guts. Rocking to the beat. It's the catchiest thing that I never thought I would not be able to get out of my head.
It's a
Yeah, it
real
lives in
song
my
though, from the Dude Where's My Car. It's a real song from the '80s called "The Bubble Bunch."
Oh, really?
It's a real song called "The Bubble Bunch." The Bubble Bunch, rocking to the beat.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
And then a lot of YouTubers. I think there's a food guy that eats food, and he puts on like napkins or towels, and he goes, the ghetto nap,
It's probably
rocking
copyrighted.
to the beat while he eats food. And then when I have bubble guts a lot. I'm on medication that really messes with my stomach a lot. So I just sang the song. I just thought it was funny. It's just catchy.
Gotta use that ultra soft toilet paper.
You're out in California, right? You got the medical marijuana out there. Do you partake in that? Helps the stomach a lot.
I mean, I've done marijuana at like 2 times in my life, and I did an edible. I basically got tricked into eating an edible. But
That's not cool.
every time I've either done drugs or I've always had really bad experiences. And I love how your eyes get wide, like, oh, we're getting some good stuff here. We're getting
I was
some
excited.
Good, we can cut it up.
No, fuck cutting it up. I'm too lazy for that.
I know.
All I was thinking was, holy shit, is there potential that we're gonna get a Michael Ray Bauer follow-up stream where we're all stoned?
Because we partake.
That's where
cool.
I was thinking.
Do you, brother? But yeah, no, I've had bad experiences that kind of always go haywire. And I'm really thankful, whether you're religious or not, to the Lord or whatever's above or around. I'm thankful that there were always bad experiences, because I do have an addictive personality, or maybe a blood, because of my family. And it's always a bad experience, and I know not to do it. It's just not for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and
You're doing that girl again. Or the guy, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I don't know what he was doing. You gotta
Michael Ray Bauer.
You gotta know your limitations.
What is a woman?
It's
a human adult female. That's what it says in the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah. But then again, when a corn asks you, Michael, how many women do you see in this picture? What do you say?
Probably 2.
Oh shit.
I was thinking that might be Patrick Melton. I don't know. So I was doing a joke.
No, it's way too skinny to be Fatty Patty.
Yes.
No, I mean, technically, you see 1.
Yeah, see? So it's like, yeah.
But again, now knowing what I know, how many women do I see? None.
Based.
Kids in their words.
That should be the name of the episode. Based Bauer.
Bauer rules. $3 super chat from B Smiley. Thank you, B Smiley. B Smiley, who is also over there in the Melton chats from time to time.
Boo.
Ooh. Eat a dick, Kevin.
I wish I was born like either a New Yorker or like an Italian, where everybody talks and they rib each other, family, brothers, friends. Oh, you're this, you did that. And then they all accept it and everything's good. Unfortunately, I was brought up in an insecure type manner. So everything I'm like,
dude, those words hit differently when you're not, I mean, I don't know a better way to say it, socialized and shit around those environments.
I didn't socialize that much growing up. I tend to be the video game, stay at home, watch movies, disappear from the world type person. But then when I'm paid or I do a job or something, then I go out and I try to be the life of the party to the best of my ability. But then I get back home or whatever, and then anxiety, what did I say that was wrong? I'm sure I gave too much information. I'm sure I talked too much. Right? I shouldn't have interrupted their conversation. And then I start feeling bad.
Yeah, you gotta quit that shit, man. That's no good. I hope that's something you're working through.
For one, we all do that.
Oh yeah, we all do.
We all do that. We all just like fucking, hindsight is 20/20 and try to figure out it would have. If I said this, it would have gone this way. Yeah, that's just how it is. But what changed? Because you were talking about you used to hang out at all these shows, and after your show was done, you'd go to the game shows and just hang around the studios for a while. So what changed? Like then, what happened to make you be so introverted?
It didn't really happen till maybe the mid 2000s. Like friends disappeared or whatever, people moved, and I just didn't feel as much social as I used to. And then again, little health things here and there, my family problems. I don't know. I became more of a hermit and disappeared. And then whenever problems would arise, I just let them become my life. It's a very tragic or scary cycle. And again, for the rest of my life, I'm still probably going to have to deal with it, but it's okay. If I go out once a week, that's an accomplishment. So, we're doing better.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, were you the same level of anxious pre-COVID?
We said mid 2000s, so I think it's way before COVID.
That's a good thought.
You're talking about like early 2000, like 2005, around there, or you talking?
I've always had.
Well,
I've always had these. I know where you're going. So let me answer, but if I don't answer, then ask me again. But no, I've always had this stuff, whether it be anger management, anxiety, the emotional cycles. And I know I'm not bipolar or anything, or I hope I'm not. I don't want to even get, the pharmaceutical industry or the medical world will be like, oh, this is what you have. Buy our pills. Yeah, stay away from that world. But I've had it all, and now I recognize it more in my older age, now that I'm alone a lot more, because you relive your life, and you think, wow, I had it back then. But I was able to subside it for whatever reason much better than I am nowadays.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Did you listen to anything he said?
Yeah, Kevin. Follow-up question. I'm trying to
Okay, you don't have to
Oh,
listen
man.
personally, man.
backstage.
Okay.
No. Kevin, you had a question.
Oh, I did.
No, man, I'm doing behind the. I don't have a producer, dick.
I have a
Talking to
question.
Kevin.
I
Yes,
have a question.
Go ahead.
How
Michael.
stoned are you, Corn and Kevin?
Believe it or
No,
not,
he's way
not
more
as much
stoned
as
than
I
I am.
should be for this. Not as much as I should be for this.
Yeah,
This
me
is
neither.
this is fun, but no, I was actually glad to come down a little bit before all this started.
Oh, well, the last stream should have made you nice and sober.
It helped a lot. Yeah, it did. Granny helped a lot on that one. But
So, do we all pretend that you're a human being a
I
corn,
don't.
or are you just a corn?
It's just a corn to me.
I'm just corn.
I've met him. I've seen his human body, and he's still just a corn to me.
Yeah, first thing they did with that photo was just slap a corn emoji on top of that person. It's I'm just corn.
Okay. So we
That's
have
the
to
thing.
accept you as who you are. Whether a man or a woman,
That's right.
you're a corn.
Identify as a cob.
Hey, so you're a part of the thin blue line.
Oh,
You're a cop?
No.
He's a cop
Fuzz?
cop.
No.
Oh,
Do
shit.
they have corn cops? That'd be
That
an
could be a-
awesome
That could be a cartoon.
That's a
Cob
nice little
cop.
bit.
corn cops.
Corn cops.
Do they just
Wow.
protect corn?
Corn cops coming for the community, representing corn in the community. I don't know. It sounds funny. That'd be awesome.
Sorry, we gotta
Corn
clean.
cops.
I get it.
We gotta clean.
Like,
He's a cop, but he's a corn, and he's no longer starring in porn. But now he's a cop. He's a corn cop.
holy shit. I love that. Yeah.
Oh, great. Douglas W. I can't even say it. He's making fun of my list, which is fine. The Bubba Guts. And he changed his avatar to a picture of me. You guys
that's
are just wild.
that's kind of complimentary.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Make fun of my list and change the avatar to me.
Well, he's
Okay.
honoring you while giving you the little good-natured ribbing.
Bauer is a national now his next comment is Bauer is a national treasure and must be protected at all costs. And I know that
All
sounds
right.
sarcastic.
He'll
doesn't
be
mean
my
it,
corn
yeah.
cop. He'll be my corn
Yeah.
cop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe your new co-host.
He'll walk in front of me. Bauer walking. Everybody move away. Bauer walking. National treasure. National treasure.
That's right. You get it.
Yeah, don't get within 30 meters, or you get tugged off.
Oh yeah, see? Look at there. Douglas W. Love you, Bauer.
No,
Yeah.
I know he does.
He does. He
It's
does.
just weird. It's like, I ain't gonna change my avatar to you whether I love you or not, and I do. I ain't gonna change my avatar to you.
Dude, I'll change mine to you right now. I've never changed mine either, but no, I won't do it.
No, make me as a corn though. That would be pretty funny.
I don't know if I like
I don't
that
know if you
idea.
have the special effects. Well, you don't have to do it live, but that's still cool. That's funny.
Kinda get the
We're
market
doing it
cornered on me.
live.
We're doing it live.
F it, we'll do it live.
Oh, so you
F it,
know the
we'll do it
clip.
live.
You know the clip. Hell yeah.
What is
I'm in that whole world, man.
what is that
I'm in
from?
that whole world. It's from a broadcast where it just proves everything is scripted, and then they had an error with something,
Isn't it?
and then the announcer got really mad that the teleprompters wasn't working to give him his script. So then he gets mad at everybody. You know what? Forget it. We'll do it live. If you're not going to give me the script and it's not going to work, we'll do it live. F it, we'll do it live.
Oh, it's Bill O'Reilly.
hilarious.
That's what I was thinking. It's some news guy.
Bill
It's Bill
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly that did it. Yeah.
Got it.
Fuck it. We'll
I
do
hear
it
it all
live.
the damn time. I just never knew where it was from.
Yeah.
Watch a movie called Newscast. I think it's called Newscast or Broadcast. It might be called Broadcast. It's from the early 80s or late 70s, but again, I live in that conspiracy world, and in that movie, there's a big speech of somebody that owns a broadcast network, and they know what they're doing to the public and how they're brainwashing them and how the world is going to change. And he tells everybody with a plea, I think before he killed or offs himself, or I don't know. I kind of don't remember, but he says, turn off your TVs. They're brainwashing you. They're
Oh, that's how they were doing it.
you're losing your soul. It's a great, great movie.
Douglas.
Deepest love.
Yeah, Douglas won't
Deepest
hop off your
love.
cock now. He just can't get off you.
Me and Douglas Doug reunited, and it feels so good. Me, Kevin Corn will make you feel so good.
Oh,
We
we're
rub
gonna 3-team
butter on our 8-inch.
What do you
I've
even
done that
call
We
that?
rub
before.
butter on our 9-inch.
It's a devil's 4-way.
No. Bauer is on fire
They
tonight.
Live. Yeah, that's another good movie. They Live is another great movie. They Live.
You weren't in that one too, were you? You were in a shitload of movies.
Yeah, that's my life. That's what I talk about and I love.
Is what?
Corn just disappears and goes into a corner.
Oh, I think the
So is it
audio
a
shit out on
program?
me.
Or you're a corn. But
Yeah.
I'm sure
No,
you have
it's
a
a
program.
corn. It's a corn in a field.
Yeah, he's an
I
actual
know.
corn. He's in a field right now.
It's a corn. See,
Hey,
like there's.
I see
hang
the
out with
truth
these-
behind the lies.
I don't know what you're talking about, Michael.
You're in the
I'm tired of these
Matrix. There's a
accusations.
program that is making you a corn. I see the truth.
Can you tell me what it was like, the Grand Theft Auto stuff? What did you do with Grand Theft Auto? Because I see you on there twice.
Yeah, apparently, according to IMDb, I ended up being a character named Eugene. But again, I haven't played the game or gotten to that character. But I went in, like I say, I get paid to go in. And for that session, I went in and I had like 4 different characters and scripts. And I worked for 2 days on it. So I don't know what they ended up using. But another friend of mine went in for that session as well, Danny Tamborelli, another Nickelodeon actor. And I think he's from Pete and Pete. And he's a part of that Grand Theft Auto universe as well. But I don't think I'm a big enough character because every script that I read, it was maybe a page or 2. But I think he had a bigger character. So kudos to him. But that is a great video game. I just never played it. It just wasn't my thing.
Oh shit! Yeah, I see you're in 3 of them. Vice
Is
City
3 Grand Theft
Stories.
Autos?
Yeah,
There's
They
City
recycle my
Stories,
5
content?
of them, I think.
The Ballad of Gay Tony, Vice City Stories, and then
No, what'd you do in that one? What'd you do in the Ballad of Gay Tony?
I've only went in one time with that company. I think it was Rockstar.
oh,
I
wait,
went in, no, I did Bully with them. I did Bully. Apparently that was the game, Bully. And
Mr.
I
Buckingham.
Oh
You
yeah,
were
that
Mr.
was Bully.
You were
I
Mr.
was-
Buckingham, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say for Bully. Again, I haven't played the games. I never wanted
So-
to buy them. I never had the money. I don't know.
So you were Eugene in 2 of them, but then in Vice City Stories, it's got your credit as commercial voice, and that's all it says, just as a commercial voice. So I don't know, maybe you got some checks you need to be asking these people for if they're using you on all these things.
Yeah, they don't. They're called session fees. I don't get any residuals from any of the video games
Oh.
because my contracts were session fees where they give me like $700 for the day. You go in for 4, 5, 6 hours and you do whatever they ask and you wait around. So I got session fees for almost every one of these things.
Nice. Well, shit.
But for the bigger characters, they do cast, and stuff like that. But I never had that opportunity with these. That's just my story of how I did this stuff.
What's a favorite project? Do you have a favorite project that you've ever worked on?
Yeah. Favorite project. I have many that have never been seen, where I got the chance to really act and perform.
Like
And
home videos?
no, meaning like college directors that are starting to come into the industry. They need to make things called reels. So they hire actors, through college, or they hold auditions and they want higher quality actors. It's like a thesis film, if you will, for a lot of these people. And I have a few of those, but the one big one, I mean, I'm proud of everything, but is the episode of Dark Angel from season 2.
Jessica.
Because that entire episode was about me and my character. And I did like 4 different auditions and I nailed it and I nailed the character. When I
Brainiac?
filmed, yeah, Brainiac, and when I filmed it, again, I was on set every day, and I was the focal point in that entire episode. So I worked with the directors before we filmed it. The director ended up being one of the creators and directors of Lost, and it was with James Cameron. And how I got the part, I met James Cameron in an alley before the audition, and then I got the part. I did the job.
Well, hold on. What did he make you do in the alley?
Okay, I'll give you that in a second. Thank you. But I got the part, so we filmed it. I went to Canada for a couple of months. It sounds really funny, a couple of months just for that one episode. And
really?
Yeah. There was like 2.5 weeks of prep. Then we filmed it for like 2.5 weeks. Then there was ADR for like another week or so while they're editing and doing. They needed me to stay there in case of anything, in case of reshoots. So it all ended up being like 2 months living in Vancouver, Canada, or British Columbia. And then the episode.
Jessica Alba.
Yes, I hug her in a bunch of the scenes, and she's a great person. I've known her for many years, though, before that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, do the pictures hold up to the real life person that you see?
She's a feisty Latina. She has a very, back in the days, maybe not so much now, but she has a verbal, like, I hate the word ghetto verbal community, but we always talk dirty things, or we make
twang.
F you, F this, you screw that, F, like one of those type of mouths.
Frick you and frick that.
Yeah, she's awesome though, man. I love Jess. I met her
she has a nice
couple times prior on Idle Hands. She was in a movie called Idle Hands with a good friend of mine.
That was yes.
And,
what the fuck is that? Idle Hands.
I visited the set like a couple of times with my friend Eldon and Seth. My boy Seth was on there. Well, I don't know if he's my boy any longer, but Seth Green. So yeah, but I had a great opportunity on the James Cameron show, right? So long story short, I'll give you the alley story. I promise you.
Ooh. Wait, what?
So after I finished the episode, they watched the dailies or the episode finished, and then I got a phone call from my agent. Michael, you need to come to the office. I'm like, why? She goes, you just need to come to the office. I'm like, okay. Then right after that, about 10 minutes later, I get a phone call while I'm in my car, and I'm like, yeah, hello, who this? And then James Cameron answers, he goes, hi, Michael, it's James Cameron. I'm like, yeah, king of the world, right? Yeah, sure. Like whatever the hell I said. And he goes, no, it's me or whatever. He's like, I'm like, then I realized, like, maybe I shouldn't F around and make jokes, because it sounds like him from my recollection, from meeting him, in the alley before the audition and whatnot. I'm like, no, sir, what's up? And he goes, hey, I just wanted to let you know you did a fantastic job. You struggled at first, but you pulled through like a champion. I guess they had stories that I struggled in the beginning of filming or whatever, but I pulled through like a champion. And then he goes, I just want you to know that even though you die in the episode, everybody's a clone in my world.
Whoa.
And then he pretty much hung up. And then at this point, I was going to my manager's office or my agent's office. And then when I get there, there's a contract to be on season 3 of Dark Angel, that they were going to make me a part of the show. And I was either going to be a clone or whatever. So again, it was like $30,000 an episode. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was like 20 something episodes guaranteed. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is going to change my life. But that's what they do in Hollywood. So they get all the actors to agree that they'll do the show. And then they know the budget, for all the actors. And then they have to talk to the network about the ads. Can we get as much money ad revenue as the cast and the crew and making money desires? But whatever happened, the show didn't get renewed. It wasn't going to make enough money. So season 3 never went ahead. So I never got the opportunity to literally be on season 3 of Dark Angel. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like that would have changed my life.
Would have been fun, yeah. But you did get to meet her, and it sounds like you had a great experience with him on that episode.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the alley story. So before pretty much one of the final auditions, they knew it might have been a cast member in the future. That's why there was like 4 or 5 auditions. So I'm in an alley between a building and there's like a house, and there's like an alleyway between. And I'm getting ready for my audition, reading the script. I'm walking up and down the alley, doing the actor thing, performing to myself. And then a gentleman walks in front of me and goes, "Are you sure you're ready?" And then I look, it's James Cameron. And the rumor was that the house next to the building where they were doing the auditions is his like house that he rents as his office, and the building is connected to him where he can watch videos or whatever the auditions. So he doesn't literally have to be in the room. I don't know if that's real, but that would explain why he's walking through the alley and seeing me. And then he realized that I'm doing the character that they're going to audition about 30 minutes from now or whatever the case. So he's like, "Are you sure you're ready?" And I'm like, and I knew it was him. And I go, "Of course I'm ready. I was born for this role."
Born ready.
I go, "I was born ready." And he goes, "Don't have too much confidence. Confidence kills." Right. I go, "Well, not in this case. Confidence, I am Brainiac." I said, "I am Brainiac." And he goes, "We'll see." And then he just kept walking. And I was like, "Oh my God, hey, James Cameron. Oh my God." I was like, "Whoa." And then I just went in and nailed it. And here they put me through a test. So we were auditioning with a different script or a different part of the script. So on the first audition, I had a script. And it was all these lines and words. Thank you. I get excited. I love my memories.
No, I love it.
Thank you guys for listening.
I love it.
So
thank you.
I had a different script for like the first and the second audition. But then this fourth audition, it was like a new one, like more words of a different scene. So I learned all that one and I prepared that entire one. So I go into the audition, like 6 or 7 people, they're filming me, and I'm sure James Cameron is watching maybe from the building. So then I do the scene, and they're like, "Oh, that was great, Michael, that was great. Hey, do you remember on the first audition, like 2 weeks ago or whenever it was, week and a half ago, do you remember that script? Or do you need to take a few minutes because we'd like you to redo that one again in front of us?" And I go, "Okay, what scene was that?" I go, "Okay, that was when I come out of here and I'm in the facility and I'm walking, I'm talking." And I go, "No, I'm good." Right away, I go, "No, I'm good." And then they said, "Okay." They go, "You sure you don't?" I go, "Has the script changed from your end, from the original audition?" They're like, "No, because the casting director's there." She goes, "No." I go, "I'm good." Then she started it and I started it. Nailed it, every freaking line. And then at the end of it, I kid you not, I believe I saw them go, "Yeah, this guy's professional. This dude knows what he's doing." And then immediately I got the job. Like I went home, got a call from an agent like an hour and a half later. "Hey, you're going to go to, Vancouver, Columbia, and be a part of that world."
Man, that's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah, it was beautiful. But 9/11 happened around that time. And
not so good of a feeling.
There was some sort of a terrorist attack or something that they were threatening of.
Something happened.
I heard about it.
So I vaguely remember something.
No, I meant after that. They were always worried about more. They were afraid to get on planes. They were afraid to put people on planes, right after that time. So even me going to, British Columbia and all that, everybody's worried. They're like, "Oh, you got to do this. You got to go through customs. They're changing the airports. We don't know what's going on." And then Jessica had to do like promotional tools while she's filming. And they were afraid to get her on a plane and all that. It was just a weird time. It was just really, really interesting. But around that time, I did the movie Evolution. I did X-Files. And it's funny how all the producers talk to each other and all the casting directors talk to each other. So, I kind of was like on the tip of a lot of people's tongues. And that was a really special moment in my life.
They talk to each other in synagogue.
There you go.
You see, he's saying that they're all.
If you want to put that joke out there, go for it.
I can say it. I'm a Jew. I can say it. Everyone relax.
He can say it. It's my channel. He's willing to risk it.
Let's be honest, though.
No,
the Jewish people created and helped invent basically the Hollywood lore or whatever it is today. Like they did. That is nothing wrong with it. They created most of it. It's their livelihood or their companies or. Again, sorry,
have you heard of Shuli Igor?
I have to see it spelled out.
Yeah, you haven't.
It
You
looks
haven't.
terrible.
There's no
I'm
reason to
just-
hear of them.
A lot of these names I recognize that people have said hi to me or whatever. Bex Rock, Citizen M, I remember him. Not so
Sure.
much Douglas, but Robert Spann.
But
So
I think Douglas
kinda
has made a
remember
good
names.
impression.
I remember names a little bit. That's how my brain works. It's just kind of
Slowpoke Rodriguez. I remember that one.
Speedy Gonzalez. Andale.
It's his cousin, Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Yeah, Slowpoke was only in like 2 episodes.
Jim
Seriously.
Norton. That's a comedian, right? Is that a bald
Yep.
comedian?
Yep.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I remember that guy. I don't remember his comedy though.
Very
It's pretty
dirty.
clean.
He talks about trans.
Oh, is he very
Sexuals?
political or? Yeah.
Well, he
He's
likes
very-
he likes the chicks with dicks. So let's just leave it
So-
there.
He recently got married, Michael.
Oh, that's cool.
This-
Hey, he likes what he likes.
It is absolutely no.
Yeah.
I full support it. But yeah, this is his wife, lovely lady. I think it's Nikki. Yeah, Nikki Norton. Yeah,
Mhm.
He just randomly
Right.
got married. No one knew.
Is she
Mm-hmm.
the word transsexual or transgender?
Mhm.
Forget
She's
that.
gifted, if that's what you're asking.
She's a
Yes,
chick with
Oh,
a
okay,
dick.
good. She looks very
She has
pretty
a-
from afar.
she's got a little
Again,
something extra to
Oh,
offer.
man.
that entire world, man, is interesting, man. But shit,
But Miley
you look-
Cyrus. Hold on. Can you put that back up? How much taller is Miley Cyrus than Jim Norton? Jesus Christ.
And those aren't like crazy heels. It doesn't look like
What the fuck? He's a midget.
little tiny mug.
imagine how cleansed his mind is if he truly doesn't know who Shuli is. That means he doesn't see the toxicity that is the podcasting genre. Again, this is what I
Oh,
try
yeah.
to stay away from.
I thought you were saying that. I'm like, how do you know all that?
No,
Oh,
it was
Yeah,
Robert
very
Spann.
insightful.
Robert Spann, one of the people.
Yeah, Robert's a good guy.
But yeah, they're all beautiful shit. Like I said, I'm so lonely nowadays. I might look twice.
Ooh.
Hey, sometimes it's like, fool me a little, just trick. I'm okay being tricked, right?
Yeah, but as a man, if it's a man, the only thing I want going into my butthole is toilet paper. That's it.
What? You're wiping wrong, Michael.
That's the only thing I want going. Am I? No. Oh, you mean going in? Ah,
Front
I
to
said
back.
it wrong.
Front to back, not
Yeah.
back to front.
No, I
Don't
know,
just
but-
shove it up there.
I call the external appendage or the butt part that's outside. I was thinking that's inside, which is not. So you technically
You're
correct.
talking about the threshold of the cheeks,
There you go.
the cheek threshold. Yeah,
There you go.
it's an area.
It's an area.
Hey, can I ask about the tacos?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love-
no,
I love
loved
it. I don't
They
know
were fun videos, but
what was that about.
I
don't
made a
know.
mistake. I made a mistake. I apparently poured, what was it, grease or whatever down the toilet. So they became toilet tacos to everybody. But I didn't realize the mistake when I was making it because apparently I don't have a can to put the oil in, and I've never done that. And I
Hold
barely
up.
moved into the apartment.
The mistake
that was-
being what specifically though?
Pouring grease out into a toilet like I had the where you
Like pouring
pour-
grease down a water drain. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I should have
Well,
used.
it would just coat the
Either-
toilet, not go down, right?
It can fuck with.
It
the
can
plumbing,
freeze
I
up or
guess.
something, I'm sure, like, and become thick pieces of grease and clog up a toilet. But again, it was a weird thing. I took the strainer and I put it above the toilet. Ooh, this is funny.
This is
But I
bananas.
put the strainer above the toilet hole, and then I poured the meat that cooked in the pan, and then it's a whole image thing. Oh my God,
Yeah.
toilet tacos. And I didn't think about it at the time. I understand. It's funny. It's weird. I did make a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. I wasn't thinking, but F it.
It's fun.
It's an internet lore now.
It's all of that.
Go ahead.
It's funny and weird, and I love it.
As long as you didn't-
It's great.
Cook the tacos in the toilet. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, no, I
Now,
did not.
I looking at the grease thing and why not to flush it. Apparently, and I didn't know this, but apparently, when grease is poured down a drain, it solidifies and hardens within the pipes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why
that's
you.
what I heard. Too.
Yeah, if you do, you're not supposed to, but if you do, you gotta like chase it with some soap to break it down.
But I think it was turkey
Yeah.
grease. I'm
You're
not
supposed to
saying
do it,
there's a
but it
difference between beef grease Sorry, I cut you
No,
off.
that's fine.
Kevin, sorry.
It wasn't
matter.
anything important.
I believe it was turkey grease because I try to eat turkey tacos. I don't need red meat in my life. So forgive me if it was red meat, but I'm pretty sure it was turkey grease, and that definitely is a different type of blood or grease than red meat. So that's probably why it didn't maybe mess up my drain
It's like
or
a
whatever.
broth if it's turkey or something, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but still, I get the image, and I'll own up to it.
It was
But
great.
those videos are just, I felt, but at the end of the day, I feel sad. I'll be honest with you. Like, I feel sad for my life because I had to move to a studio apartment, just to try to live. It's not where I want to be. And I have no kitchen, so I had to cook on a hot plate. It feels like I'm going back to when people are 20 years of age going to college. And at 45 or 46 years of age, I just feel sad, like, why am I here? Why is this my presence? So it hurts me. So I try to have fun with it, and I tried to make, hey, hot plate meals, because I always try to bring out fun.
Yeah.
Create funny videos with the Pepper song. I love Pepper. But then again, I always like to have my shirt off because that's kind of how I like to walk around, how I feel comfortable. So then, but my stupid butt films it with my shirt off. I eat funny with my shirt off, and then I do the toilet tacos, and then people like it. But then again, it is made fun of a bull,
Yeah.
and I understand it. But then I look back and I'm like, oh shit.
But
I cannot continue to do that because I am looking like a little bit of a hobo, and if I continue doing it that way, because that's my enjoyment, if I can continue presenting that, I'm officially going to become that hobo that lives in a studio apartment, that's a former actor that's not doing any good. His life sucks. And again, those are all my fears, and that's the way I feel. So I kind of stopped doing those videos. They won.
I think that people I think that people are aware, though, that you're playing it up in some of those instances. I think everyone.
No, that's how I feel at the moment. Yeah, I'm definitely being a character.
Yeah.
But again, I'm lonely and quiet when people are not watching. So at that instant, I'm gonna be the character. Let's have fun because I need that fun in my life. I need that fun in my life at that moment. But at the end of the day, like I said, I stopped doing it because I have the anxiety and I see the comments, and then they win. I give up and I stop doing it because I don't want it to be received the way that I didn't intend it to be received.
What can you tell me about this whole? What was the strike thing about? I didn't follow that shit at all. I hope y'all got what you were looking for. I do, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's so nuanced, and again, because I have an overactive brain, I don't know how to explain things simply. But I mean, long story short, we need more wages when we get a daily job, a weekly job. Our contracts, we need to get more percentage in residuals, and the industry changed. Everything's streaming now. Everything's turning to AI, where people are losing jobs, and they have avenues for SAG or screen actors to get work as extras. And you get like $200 a day as an extra, and maybe you can get your medical benefits if you don't have a speaking role. And every project is forced to have a certain amount of actual Screen Actor Guild members in their project. Not only speaking actors, but they have to have like 50 or 60 extras that are earning 200, 250 a day, and they have to be in that project. So with the invention of AI, technology, computers, they started only hiring 20 actors, trying to get away with it.
Yeah.
Or they were presenting contracts. So if you did a movie for Fox as an extra, the contract you signed for that $200, $300, whatever it may be, no residuals, of course, because you're basically an extra, but you're a featured extra, meaning you're higher quality than the others. But the contract would say something like, we own your digital rights. So then if you did a movie for Fox as an extra and got paid that $300, and sometimes for speaking actors as well, these were starting to be in these contracts. like these little words, the lawyers speak, the digital contract, and we own it. And then we're a small actor. We got, 2 lines in this movie, and we're going to get paid, $1,500 for the day, plus maybe some residuals, or we're going to get $300 as an extra. We just signed the contracts. We don't have lawyers, and our agents are not big and special enough to turn down, $100 to them, their agency. So these contracts keep getting signed. So now that the world is changing, SAG is revisiting all of those contracts, and they need to change it. But here's the kicker. What was happening, not to me, but to other people, was they signed their digital rights away, and they didn't really know that they did that. And then what happened is, in a future movie, Fox would make another movie or a TV show. Then that person, because they did the video or they stood in front of a green screen or whatever they did, now they use that image that they paid on the other job, and now they're in the audience on another job, and then now they don't have to hire actors again, and they make digital images because they own it.
And that's the key, is they signed away that right and they didn't realize it.
Correct. But again, they don't have the people above them to really understand or fight those contracts, because you're just trying to get a job and pay your rent. So you got $3,000 in front of you, and your agent's like, that's $300 to me if I get 10% plus residuals in the future. So they do it. But the kicker is, if you did a movie like that with Fox or a TV show, then they did use it for another Fox product. So now that same actor would go to 20, or not Fox, but would go, let's say, NBC Universal. Then they get cast in that NBC Universal movie. Fox owns their damn rights.
So when you say they own the rights, are they own like in perpetuity all of their digital?
Correct.
Or just like
So
what they said under this contract? And they can they take that, and they said enough, can they train an AI model on that and then just say anything they want after that?
Yes. That's how not 10 years ago. This type of contract came up in the last 2 years.
Okay.
For not everybody had that contract, but for some reason they were hiding it in with certain people, certain actors, and you get it. And these are smaller actors and smaller people, so they were getting it. They were starting to own rights and digital rights for some of these people, and then now SAG is like, now we're at strike. We got to figure this all out. And AI was one of the biggest things, because it is creeping into effect. Again, it doesn't affect every actor, and every actor has not sold their rights away, but there was a lot of little people here and there that it started to happen to. So we have to address it now, because it's getting worse.
I would imagine 2 years ago, signing away your digital rights probably meant nothing.
Yeah.
How did you say 200 years ago?
2 years. No, 2 years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Sure, like,
That's when it
you didn't
started.
even know. Yeah, you didn't know what it was. You're like, all right, whatever.
But
like,
it wasn't in the contract.
You didn't see AI coming. You didn't see. Yeah, you didn't see the possibilities of where they could use that and change it. Maybe you think that it's only whatever I said on this like script, but no, they can train AI models, and if they have enough speaking, then you can say anything after that.
And full on replicate your voice.
Yeah, but it wasn't really technically. It wasn't in the contracts like 2 years ago. Like I said, they started to do little instances with one person here or there, and it started. Then SAG started finding out, hey, that's a weird contract. We've never seen words like that. Why did you sign it? Again, then it started to snowball. Then it started to maybe 5 people every movie had that type of a contract. And then they're like, we got to fix this now.
Yeah.
It's an interesting world, man. But they came to an agreement, but it still needs to be voted on. And it's not really official. So now a lot of the people in the league or in the union, we have a vote right now going on, and a lot of people are like, vote no, because they still got some AI rights here and there, a little bit. This and it. I don't understand it. It's all legal jargon, mumbo jumbo, until I really study it. But a lot of actors are not happy because we're not getting rid of AI. SAG is allowing it to come in a little bit of a faction that can still get worse.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, there's
so
no
they-
stopping AI.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
don't
stop
think
it.
you'll be able to stop it. It's
There's no stopping it.
But best they can do is slow it down. I believe though.
Put some
Yeah.
regulations on it, but you're not going to stop it. It's just
Yeah, that's what they're
Maybe you
doing.
can regulate it indefinitely too. They may be able to do that and stall it
I
indefinitely.
don't see that working out very well.
They'd
Yeah,
have
I don't
to
think they're going to
stay on
get rid
top
of it,
They won't.
but they're trying to get more money for it. And again, that's what SAG seems like they're only trying to do. You know, like if they're going to use AI or if they want to buy an actor's digital rights, you know, then they have to pay like $10,000 or so it's just money to them. But then if you think about the future, again, they cannot work for Universal. Even for $10,000, if you sold whatever it is with AI to Fox, Universal cannot hire that person anytime in the future, and they sold their soul for $10,000 or $15,000, $20,000, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy contract. I don't know. Obviously, I'm speaking out of my ass, but I got to think that would be noticeable in a contract.
Yeah, that's what's going on right now. So they're trying to figure out. Yeah, it looks good in theory that you're going to stop them for 1 year or 2 years, or they only own it for a certain period of time. They're going to get a certain amount of money more in residuals, but still in the long run, you're not fixing the problem at the beginning. You're going to create another problem later. So we're like, vote now, like just let's get rid of it all. They can not use AI unless they literally pay millions of dollars to an actor, and if they want to control it all, or they can't have control, whatever the situation is. I don't know what's going on. I really haven't looked into it. I still got 3 more weeks to vote. So
Okay.
Yeah. What were the restrictions like during the strike? Like, what were you not allowed to do?
yeah, that was a shitball in itself. I don't know, man. They made a statement, and then they put out these things where you cannot talk about any projects that you've worked on that was under SAG or AFTRA. You cannot promote any films. You cannot, like, whatever they wrote scared everybody. And we're like, we go to conventions. We need to talk about our former projects that were under a SAG contract. And
well, that's how they're motivating you guys to get out there and to the damn picket lines, though, I guess, right?
yeah, but it's also a power move in a weird way. It's like we tell you what to do. It's like COVID. We tell you to stay locked in your house. We tell you to do this. And then SAG and AFTRA was like, hey, can we tell them what to do? Be afraid. We're the biggest union. Everything comes through us, because they are a very hardcore union. And I've been kicked out of there. That's why I don't ever want to be in that situation again, because they handle our residuals. They handle our retirement and all that stuff. They got power, for actors. They got power.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah, I was afraid to do podcast and all that stuff for a good while. Even though I needed the money, I was afraid.
Well, you probably you were probably able to like save up ideas. I would imagine like you.
Well, I meant being a
about
guest
it and getting ready
I meant
for it.
talking. Yeah, I meant being a guest on Corn. I meant being a guest, because they told us we couldn't talk about any projects that were under SAG. So I couldn't tell a story, even on my YouTube channel, like a story of auditioning for Evolution or this or that. I had all those fears, because I am watched, because I got kicked out. Something really bad happened, and they kicked me out for doing a non-union movie one time. And it was a major process to get back in. So I've always had that fear. I get movie offers, not from big movies, but like, young directors, maybe such as yourself or whoever. But again, they're not under SAG. They're not official. And they're like, be in my movie. I love you. I'll give you $1,000 for a day or this or that. And then I can't do it because they're not SAG and they're not official, because I've already done that once before and I got caught and they kicked me out and I had to pay money to get back in. It was a hassle.
So you can't work on any.
So
you can't work on any project that's not SAG.
That's non-union, correct?
Union. Okay. Wow. Well, but how does that affect like you doing a podcast and monetizing?
Well, you know what? That's a slippery slope. I understand what you're saying, but it's a podcast. It's not a film. It's just a guest talking. You're right. I don't know.
But they probably don't have any specific rules for that. yet, I guess.
No,
Wow.
unless it's like a. You know what? That's a good question. But yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Well, yeah. I hope they don't have anything for it.
But I have to turn people down, fans sometimes, they get a dream amount of money, $30,000 to make their horror movie or their this, and I might be one of the only actors they talk to, or that I actually talks to them back a little bit here and there. So they feel some sort of way and they're like, hey, I know you want to get back into acting, be in my movie. And then I'm like, I can't do it. If you're not Shag, and I feel bad, and then sometimes they get mad, and it is what it is, man. But I love it. I know it's their dream, and I tell them keep creating, man. One day you'll be a SAG project, you'll be official, and then I'll gladly to be honored to be in your movie.
What is any idea what that's like? Like if I wanted to make a film and I had a stupid.
Oh, thank you, Kay. She's a fan.
Yeah, KB. She's a good one. Good egg. Like, what's the process? Like, if I wanted to produce a film, like how would I make it a SAG? Like, how do I make it a union endorsed project or whatever?
Yeah, that's a good point. I've been asked that question to a ton of people. Since I never went down that road, I don't know all the true answers. But there's you call up SAG, you let them know your budget, your project, and say, I want SAG actors. I want more professional type people, and here's my budget. Then they have programs called new media or low budget or projects, or they have categories. But then you do have to pay a fee or an insurance fee or whatever to SAG. And again, I don't know how much it is, but they definitely try to get money. And then they put you through their system, and then they have to have a SAG representative on your set, and you probably have to pay that SAG representative salary for that day, maybe $300, $500, whatever it may be. But they put you in the system, and now you're SAG accredited. So it might be $2,000, $3,000 out of your pocket just to do, your smaller movie. But it does cost money. That's the problem. And then when you hire an actor, since you are a SAG project, and you hire a SAG actor, you have to pay their rates, and you have to pay their residuals. So again, it could end up being a little bit more money than you have, to pay for each individual role, but that's the price you got to pay. So if you have $50,000 to make a movie, the truth is you only have $35,000 to make that movie, because you want to get bigger and better quality actors or people from the past that you recognize. So you have to budget $10,000 or whatever for these other people and to become union.
Wow. A lot of hoops and shit to jump through.
So you got to pay more so you can pay more.
Correct.
What's the
And
benefit?
if you don't,
because of the quality of the actors that SAG brings?
I mean, you can sell the actors. Again, an actor, as long as we're hired by, through a SAG project, like I said, and if I'm a fan or you've been a friend of mine or whatever, and you did do it, then I can be in your movie, and I'm getting, let's say I work for it for a week. So my scale, I'm not going to require $20,000 from you, even though I would want that. But I would let you do it under SAG for scale. And scale is something like, it might be $3,000 to $4,000 for a week nowadays. Crotch shot, gotcha. It might be
trying to make me look like I'm.
Oh yeah, it does look like your body.
Hold on.
Right, you got to bend down a little bit and make.
Hold on.
There you go.
all right, Michael, you're up.
I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back.
There you go. Don't work it, girl. Hell yeah, screenshot that shit.
Oh
shit.
But to end the conversation with the acting, at the end of the day, I'll do the project for like $3,000, whatever the scale is for SAG, and then that way you could put me on the box or the DVD or promote me on the website. So you got a really good actor that you're a friend of or you're a fan of for a decent rate, a very smaller rate, and you can promote them, and it helps you out make money a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I had no idea about that, how in depth that all was. I think Kevin
Everything in life is in depth, even your podcast. I'm sure there's a lot of things that we don't know how you're working it with technology.
Yeah. So how has it turned out compared to what you thought you were getting into coming on here tonight?
I mean, of course, 1,000% better than I thought. Yeah, definitely. But I knew going in, I didn't think of you as a bad person.
Oh yeah, you were on with Lorenzo Ariola, weren't you?
Yeah, those guys are great, man.
Dude, he's awesome.
Thank you. Thank all of them for supporting me and just helping me out.
Yeah.
And I wish I could communicate even more after. I want to give all of you guys like merchandise. I want to give all of you swag or whatever I have. But sometimes I don't literally have it in front of me, or I don't have all the money to ship and handle and to buy it from the merchandise store. But I honestly would like to give everybody that supports me and everything. I'm not able to. But I should at least give a phone call or a text message and every once in a while say thank you for everything.
Yeah. Well, Kevin,
Hello.
I am out of questions. Do you have anything else for our guest?
So that's a no on the laptop, or maybe later.
That's a he's not ready at this time, I think.
All right, we'll move on.
It's a beautiful offer, but
it's a sincere one, I believe.
So what about having Melton on your stream?
Again, I don't know. I don't know if it's sincere.
What if I went
again?
It is sincere.
You have to have.
It is sincere.
But you have to have reservations about all that stuff.
Sure.
Again,
but
I've been through it many times before.
What if it comes with no strings attached?
I don't even know what that means.
Here's a laptop. You got it. You don't have to do anything for it.
I don't need a laptop. I don't have a use for a laptop. I mean, I'll be honest.
For editing and stuff.
If you want to buy me a MacBook
That's
Pro,
what we were talking about,
or editing, system. If you're that rich, you don't need to talk to me.
His name is.
You don't need to talk to me,
Michael. That's what he's talking about. Buying you a legit.
Yeah,
like
he's a trust fund. He's a trust fund kid. He's got tons of money. Trust fund. He's a millionaire. He's just looking to give it away.
Reach out to you, and I genuinely think he wants to reach out and just help you. I don't think he wants to do any harm.
Yeah,
but.
I mean, we got Thanksgiving, we got the holidays. I'm trying to figure out whatever podcast I'm going to do. I hope I can revisit anything. Maybe not only the offer, but maybe in January.
Okay.
Just
keep an open mind.
Sounds like you are keeping an open mind. Yeah.
He does seem like a scumbag, piece of shit. He's fat. He sucks. He's ugly. But he's not all those things.
He says terrible
he's
things
an okay guy.
Quite often.
Yeah, he's terrible things.
But
where are we going with that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just went downhill quick.
Yeah.
He's a terrible person.
He's a terrible person. He makes me laugh sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. Don't watch him.
No.
Yeah, maybe I'll check out, when I have some time off. Maybe I'll start, like I said, maybe I'll turn on his podcast or his joke, or I don't know if he does comedy in nightclubs. I really don't know.
He quit comedy.
But I'll check it out. Like I said, my mind can always change and whatever.
Would we be allowed to send you some funny clips just to get you to wet your beak, to get you a little interested?
If could we hand pick some possibly and send them your way?
It'd be fun.
Again, if you have to hand pick things from a bunch of chaos.
Well, it's but like any podcast, it's not like hit every second. It's like there's funny times, it's downtime. You try to get to another funny time. That's what I'm saying. So it's like every podcast. It's not.
We wouldn't be weeding out hate to mask his intentions.
Yeah, we wouldn't be dishonest. We'd give you an honest clip, like not out of context, but. We sound like cucks. What's wrong with us?
I don't have the answer. I don't have the answers, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have the answers. Like I said,
what's wrong with us?
I am not mad at him. I'm open to learning the true nature of people and accepting their comedy, but just not at my expense. And right now, I'm a little salty and weird, and I hope you all respect that.
We do.
That's it.
I respect the shit out of that, Michael. And
respect
Thank
you
you,
for
guys.
coming on here and being
Yes.
so honest. I mean, this like I said.
Well, thank you guys for supporting. It really helps me out.
Yeah, I've never got like a dishonest vibe from you, but I've seen like more enthusiasm and like a willingness to just get your story out there, get your point of view, your perspective out there, and explain yourself. So I commend you on that.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I've been working on it. Again, I'm a work in progress, man.
We all are.
Some days are good, some days are bad. I'm emotional. I don't know, but I'm a work in progress.
Dude, you're not
Thank you for
alone.
saying
We
that.
all are.
oh yeah.
You are not alone.
Sing it, Michael.
Here with you. Corn, Kevin, and Donkey. We are here for you. Everybody in the audience, sing it with me now. You are not alone. Patrick, Melton, Corn, and Kevin are basically in the bottom of their heart here for you. I don't know. I thought that was funny.
Train went right off the cliff.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sound effects. Those are cool. Those are cool.
Yeah,
You should do a
what's
whole
up now,
podcast with these
bitches? What?
Yeah, that's a demon sound effect, man. You should interview guests like that. So what's up with the toilet taco? Toilet taco!
Oh no, I gotta sound inviting.
Ask me, so how about them
Perfect.
toilet tacos?
Huh?
That's hilarious. Ask me, how about them toilet tacos with that voice?
How about them fish tacos, motherfucker?
Woo! Pussy.
That is
Talking about
so-
pussy.
Oh,
I have a character that I always wanted to generate in my mind. Like if I was ever in a dream opportunity to be on a show like Saturday Night Live or whatever, I made up a character in my head called Rock and Roll Rick, where everything he does, he talks like an 80s heavy metal or hair metal rock band vibes.
Hell yeah.
He can't say anything different. He's like, yeah! What do you want to do? You want to eat some tacos?
Dude, that sounds like Dr.
Yeah,
Roxo
rock and roll
from.
Rick.
Have
You want to eat some tacos?
you ever seen Metalocalypse? It's
Oh,
a cartoon
does.
on an adult. It sounds,
Yeah,
it sounds
that,
like
was a
Dr.
that was
Roxo.
a cool cartoon.
yeah.
I like cocaine.
You know what? You're right.
Wasn't
Love
there
it.
I
Big
can
Death,
see that.
Death Claw?
I
fucking
had
love
the
it.
idea before Metalocalypse, I promise you, but whatever.
They
They
stole
did a
the
good job. I
idea.
remember that show. He passed away, the guy that created it. He
Brendan
also wrote
Small?
Superman, right?
Brendan Small?
No, he made the documentary for Superman with Nicolas Cage, with Kevin Smith. He made the documentary about that movie.
No, I'm not familiar.
The guy that created Metalocalypse.
I thought it was Brendan Small that created it. And no, he's
There might have been
alive, 'cause he
another
was just
one
on
as well,
SDR
but he
recently.
passed away.
Who created?
He passed away.
Metalocalypse?
I met him at a convention one day. He walked by me, and I knew who he was. I was like,
Oh, maybe Tommy Blancha? Is that what you're talking about?
Did he pull through?
no.
Because it was created by Brendan Small, which is still alive because I saw him the other day. Not in person. And Tommy Blancha or Blaka.
Just write Metalocalypse writer or creator
That's
death
what-
or died.
okay, who created Megalocalypse and died? How about that? Morbid.
Yeah,
Oh, John
something like
Schnepp,
that.
who wrote and
There,
so
it's John
he wasn't a
Schnepp.
creator. He wrote and directed. He wrote and directed it.
The episode.
Part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what a
He's got a
great.
good documentary
What a great show.
about Superman and Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
What a
that's
fun
great.
fucking show that was. And then they actually toured with it. Looked awesome.
Did they actually have a band?
So they toured and they got like real musicians and they played like behind like animated versions of the actual people, like who they were supposed to be in Metalocalypse. So like Murderface and
that
Pickles and
reminds
all
me
of
of
them.
Guar. Is it something like Guar?
Let me see if I can find it.
Something like
Live
Guar.
Metalocalypse.
Everybody hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider donating to Corn. He definitely would like to buy some butter and lay out in the sun.
Yep.
Right.
And he's ribbed for her pleasure. So you remember that,
Smash
females.
thumb button. Yeah, ribbed for everyone's pleasure.
Remember.
So you buy Magnum.
How did you know? Who told you?
Yeah, it's like a sleeping,
It's not for the length, it's the girth.
like a sleeping bag for me. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I don't know,
I
I
don't
got
mind
another 2
saying it.
feet. I can unroll that thing, but you know.
Yeah, I don't mind saying it, but you're Magnum. I'm not, unfortunately. I'm nowhere near Magnums, but
Yeah, but you've got an
Whatever.
you've got an
That's a story for
IMDb
another
page
day.
though, so that counts for something.
Do you not have one? I'm sure somebody can make a Wikipedia page for you.
No, I do have one, but I it doesn't have as
You
many
you
credits.
paid to create your own Wikipedia page, Corn?
No, I've got my own. I've got an IMDb page with my credits.
Yeah. So where's
If you ever want to check that out.
Well, it looks like they tore without.
You should be in
just going
movies.
behind.
You would be a funny character in a movie, like in the background, like in a horror movie. If they're watching YouTube or watching the TV,
Yeah.
and then your little corn character is doing something in the background, or not your character, you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I keep misgendering.
That's right.
Forgive me.
It's rude. It's 2023, Michael.
Well, I found some Metalocalypse
What are you
like
looking at?
just live, but I'm not seeing like that one that I was.
Oh, you
thinking
have
of.
corn gear? You have corn gear? Well, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Hell yeah,
Corn where?
corn gear merchandise.
Oh, corn gear. Yes.
Here,
Yeah.
it said grab your corn
Oh, dude,
difference
you don't
gear
even
now.
know the half of it. Yeah. Where is my damn corn?
I would open it up, but I'm afraid my computer shuts off. And again, we don't need to go back to the offer of the computer, please.
You sure you don't want that computer?
Hey, speaking it, no.
You sure be on the computer?
Nah, I mean, hey, if they ever want, you know what would go a long way?
Tell me.
Just straight out giving me a computer out of the goodness of his heart and not expecting anything. In
That's
return.
what I said. That's exactly what I said. No strings attached. That's what that means.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's exactly what
okay.
that means.
I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, that's what that
Oh,
means.
okay.
No
Oh,
strings
I didn't
attached.
either. I
Here's a
didn't either,
fucking, $1,500, $2,000 MacBook. Have fun.
But I don't think that's exactly what he's offering though.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm. That's what
people-
I'm upping
people
it
ain't
to.
gonna offer
No, it's a
that.
MacBook or go fuck yourself, Patrick.
I don't even know how to use Apple. Everything's Windows for me.
Okay, well then no MacBook. This is top of the line Alienware or whatever
Are you
comparable.
his speaker? Are
MacBook's
you Patrick Melton? You probably are. I haven't even looked closely enough to know. You probably are.
They're different.
You're probably
thicknesses.
Patrick Melton.
I'm Pat. I am.
That's what I'm guessing because
Why
I
wouldn't,
really haven't
why
followed
wouldn't the
everybody.
corn be Patrick Melton and I would be me?
Right.
Doesn't that make more sense? Come on, Michael.
I didn't, it does, I guess.
You see
Yeah,
what
no,
Patrick
but
looks
you guys
like.
got an
I'm not that
got
fat.
an
Thank you,
interesting
thank you,
podcast.
thank you for calling me that fat. I
don't
appreciate
remember.
that. We're gonna be friends.
I don't remember. Apologies, man. When I did watch a clip or two,
It's fine.
I don't remember. But there is some good people like around that community. Like there's one.
Not his community.
She's a nice girl named April. She works with Still Toe.
Oh,
podcast, I think it's
yes.
called.
Oh,
I like
April
her. She's
and
a cool
Patrick are
chick.
very close.
She's
Yeah,
got
they're very nice to me.
she's
Are they enemies or anything?
No,
I
no,
don't
no, no.
even
They're
know,
best
like,
friends, actually.
she's a looker.
Seriously?
No, I'm lying to you. They,
Oh, okay, I'm
yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
Patrick is stream snipe steel
They got that
toe.
ribbon.
Yeah, and they got a back and forth. They hate
think
each other.
Patrick
Well, I
helps-
don't think Patrick hates them, but they definitely hate Patrick.
I think Patrick helps Steel Toe out with he does some of their merch for them or something.
He does have shirts, very low quality shirts of steel toe available
He
on
helps
his
out with some other
website, but I wouldn't go buy them.
Yeah. Everybody, like I said, all the little jabs and the infighting from every show to every other show, man, that is a scary freaking world. And back in the days, there was this guy named Mike David.
Oh, Red Bar.
and he's a very talented dude. Like he knows how to do graphics and skill set and everything. And I was a guest on his show.
You're gonna make Citizen M have a
But-
hard on.
Oh,
He loves
it's okay.
Red Bar.
Yeah, no,
He's
it's
hard
fine.
right now,
A lot of
Citizen
people,
M.
a lot of
Sick.
people do.
Gross.
A lot of people do, but I mean, like I did a show, and I don't know what I did wrong, but I became the focal point for him and his show moving forward. Like I don't know what I did wrong or how I upset him or what.
You don't need to upset him or do anything wrong.
But that's what I'm saying. So I became the focal
Yeah, you
point of
don't need
him.
to do
So
any
then
of
he started drugging out, doing drugs, drinking, live streams. Then for 12 hours in a induced rage, he gets in contact of my manager, my agent,
That's fucked
trying to get a hold of me, pulling a trick, a prank. Then I had to watch it live because people were telling me. And then I end up watching it. I'm on the phone with managers. They're trying to get. He pretended to be a producer from X-Files that I did know
Shit.
that created, what was that show, Breaking Bad? And I knew that producer and I worked with him, so I thought it was real. Whatever, they did a good prank. Congratulations. They got a hold of me. But at the same time, I'm literally listening, trying to adore while finding out he's doing a live stream, pulling a prank. It was the weirdest meta moment in my life. And then I realized it was a prank. He's been talking about me all day, whatever. So I hung up the phone, or I found out I didn't want to be a part of it. But he kept on for another 6 hours. Then he started singing songs, getting drunk. It's insane. He's infatuated with me. Like it's insane. Relax, bro. Like relax.
This isn't an inappropriate time to promote your
that's
merch.
cool. No, I think that's a good time. But
Disavow.
hey, we're talking about Red Bar, so you know it's going to be on one of these Red Bar channels. So you might as well show your merch
and send it to his little daddy.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
why it'll
weird.
be on Red Bar, and you can show all your merch on his show. So yeah, that was smart, Corn.
Yeah.
Do it, brother. Do it.
That's right. But
Red Bar, Red
check
Bar,
it
Red
out.
Bar, Red
It's a
Bar, Red Bar,
quality
Red Bar. There
product.
you go.
Yeah.
And now that I said Red Bar, Red Bar, Red Bar, I'm going to be an intro to all of his shows. Red Bar, Red Bar, Red Bar.
Please crop me out, Red Bar.
But hey, let's be honest though.
I
He's
don't
a
want to
good
be involved with this.
He's a good marketing. He's a good marketing man, and his studio is awesome. And I'm sure he has a lot of problems with people for what he calls comedy. It's more critique. It's more insult. It's more expose. It's more drama. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
word.
it's the podcast
hey-
for incel losers for sure. I agree with you there.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I said that.
I agree with you
take
though.
my
I
word
definitely
out of
agree with
context.
you though.
I don't know what that word means. Incel loser. I probably am one. I
Incel
don't
is
know.
an abbreviation, or I guess a conglomeration of involuntary and celibate, which means they cannot get laid no matter how hard they try.
I don't want to say his name, but CUM Dragon.
Come Dragon.
is saying Bauer knows what's going on in that universe, CORNdiff. Don't let him dupe you.
That's a penis.
Well, I am not duping you. Like I said, I have moments where I do turn on the YouTubes and I start to follow this stuff. Then I go down that rabbit hole and I go, Mike, this is not good for you. Then I disappear. But I am up to date on most of the time with what involves me. I'm up to date on it, or I at least try to be. Like I said, I try to be.
Do you
but
know
it's scary. It's scary.
Do you know who Stuttering John is?
Yeah, I got mentioned to the. Yeah, of course, Baba Booey. Definitely, I love Stuttering John, but I don't know what's going on right now in his life. Apparently, like me, he's probably fallen off, and I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know if he's ever respected anymore.
He's not. You're doing way better than
That
he
sucks,
is.
man.
I'll say you're doing light years better than he is.
Well, I'm heading down that path, man. So it's very scary.
No, let's
But
correct
you
it.
know what?
Let's get you on a better path. Doing something you like, a stream
still
or
alive.
something.
Is
Yeah,
Stuttering
but
John still alive?
he
Yeah,
looks
sure.
dead.
Yeah, he is.
He looks
He is.
dead.
Yeah, I know. It's like again that I don't mean to get emotional, but again, that's like my brother. All day yesterday, I tried to give my brother some positivity with whatever I had. I tried to help him, get him a phone, get him stable, buy him food, and get his medicine. And now the rest is up to him. That's it.
It's a tough one.
So same thing with Stuttering John. You know, a lot of people are at a dark place, man. So there's no reason to make fun of them. It's a dark effing place sometimes. The world.
It can be. It definitely can be.
He's doing that thing.
Michael, I want
You're
to
too
thank
sexy
you.
like this.
Oh, Stuttering John wasn't Baba Booey?
No,
Again,
you're
forgive
close.
me.
Hey, they all
I
suck.
kind of
Close
associate.
enough.
I used to watch that late at night. Was it Fridays or Saturdays? The Howard Stern show on Fox 11. I used to watch that all the time. I loved it. Boy, the Howard Stern, he changed. Boy, he's more afraid than me with everything. Like, it's ridiculous. He is so democratic or woke
Paranoid.
or whatever the hell he
Paranoid
is.
and democratic is what I say.
It's insane.
Uncalled for.
I mean, that guy used to speak the truth, bro. Like, he'd have girls on machines that would make them excited.
Sibians,
You get to watch all that pleasure. And now he calls them people, oh, they're bad people or whatever.
Do you know they?
Huh?
Do you know they reused the apparatus thing from Girl to Girl?
Did they clean it?
No, it's a new one. I just wanted to see your reaction.
Hopefully they cleaned it, get some alcohol. What is that machine called?
Sibian.
God.
Sibian.
But then they put a
That's
dildo on
right.
top of it. I think they like duct tape a dildo to the top of it, and then it's.
There was one hot
Use
girl that
vacuum
did it, one
architecture.
actress or something. There was one like semi-popular actress that did it. Boy, it's fun to watch them moan. That's fun. That's good
It is
stuff.
fun, isn't it?
It's almost as good as porn. You know, like, all right.
I'm with you. I know Corn's with you there. It's
Ew.
fucking horn dog.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, man, watching them moan in ecstasy, that's fun. Them making the O faces. Oh,
You know what's better than that? doing that in person.
What? Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah, in front of you, of course. Of
No,
course.
no, making them, make all those sounds and stuff. Not that I would ever know. I've
Yeah.
heard it from people who've done it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I've never personally
You know,
done
none
it.
of us,
you're excited
none
to
of
try
us have
it
been.
someday.
I hope to.
None of us ever please.
When
Well.
hey,
That's
how do
a
you
little
know
joke.
that?
None of us ever
Who's
pleased
talking? Who are you talking to?
Hopefully someday we can all please a woman, but for
Maybe
now,
one day.
we'll have to just be our best versions. Michael, I want to thank you for coming on. Kevin, thank you for joining us. Michael, do you have anything you want to plug?
I made the joke last time they asked me this question. I said anything that is on a woman that's anal. There you go. But such a stupid joke. No,
No, I like
no. I mean, if you guys would be honored, or not, you be honored. If you'd be inclined, I would be honored. Just search Michael Ray Bauer on YouTube or Hey Bauer. Maybe subscribe. I'm gonna have a website in the future, but for now, anything you give me a like on this video, any video, whatever, it's fine. I appreciate you. I do have a merchandise store. There's a few things available. I'm going to try to build it up. It's on Fourth Wall. Links are on my YouTube page. You guys can find everything there.
Awesome.
Kevin, anything you need to plug?
Nope.
Want to plug? All right. Well, guys, thank you both for your time. I appreciate it, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yay.
That's right. That's right. It is Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for all of you guys